It's the old
nice
Samsung logo too, all slanted and shit.
Thank you, Phoenix, for letting me know that. Yeah, I used to, keep my rocks in it.
Makes a good cock sock too.
Crack rocks? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, crack. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Cock socks.
What other kind of rock?
2 or 3 cocks in there. We're talking about.
No. I'm like Andy Dufresne.
Oh, it's your cock sock. I'm sorry. I thought you said rocks.
Cock sock.
No. I kept rocks in it, and I would whittle my own chess pieces out of it.
All right.
That's right.
You don't want to know what's behind that Corvette thing on the wall.
Yeah, a broken window.
You tunneled into the neighbor's house.
A broken window the first night I
Fuck
lived
you,
here.
bitches.
First fucking night I lived here, I broke the damn window.
Are you serious?
It's got a big hole like this in the pane.
Oh my god!
But hey, that what is that glue? The Gorilla Glue? Glue? They make Gorilla tape. Holy shit, is that shit sticky? And it really fixed a window up nice.
I was gonna ask you if you literally just threw a Corvette poster over it and called it good.
Well,
it's your college dorm.
I taped it first to keep the cold air out, and then
good.
Corvette poster over it. Yeah.
Cold air? What's the cold air you speak of?
Yeah, you have cold air?
Yeah, it's 30 degrees here.
We're still in triple digits.
You guys live in the bowels of hell.
Dude, I'm in Illinois right now, and it's still fucking 80 degrees.
It's 7:30.
It's not even the bowels. It's straight up Satan's sphincter.
Yeah, right. It was nice until Friday. The cold front came in, and my back went. I went, ah!
Although it just dropped down to 30 last night.
I've been fucked up ever since. I get my shots 2 days. Thank God.
Can you hear that?
No.
Hear what?
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I like the mic right here.
Hey, Phoenix, how is it to not have your little AC unit running on the wall next to you, and you're not sweating profusely while you stand there?
Really nice? I moved the desk about 6 inches forward so that I can be right under the AC vent.
I did the same thing.
I did too, right here.
Yeah.
I got like a ceiling grid box so I can take the ceiling fan from the nursery and bring it down here because I'm buying a new fan from the nursery. But this little ceiling fan is adorable. It's like this big and it's all wood. And I turned it on high, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, it almost blew me out the freaking room. Like, it's like this big. Like, and then I have ceiling fans that are like 52 inches long and it's on high, and I can't even feel it. I don't get it.
By the way, guys, I finally went and saw Jansen's new desk, and it's like a desk that we could finish our desk on. It's takes up the room. It's so dumb.
It's got its own zip code.
Transformer just fucking turns all kinds of shit.
You haven't seen it?
No.
You showed, I think maybe you did show me. Yeah.
Yeah, if you post it on the fan page, I don't. Ooh.
No, you see how deep it is.
I really like the top. It's like strips.
Now it's fucking
Blair Witch. Blair Witch.
Blair Witch. Josh!
Hold on 1 second. I gotta fix the.
Do you guys ever rent the Babe Wench project?
Yeah, I own it.
The Jim
what? What is it called?
The Babe Wench project.
And it's not a porn
version of
the Babe Wench project.
Yeah, it's awful.
So,
why do you have tissues?
I fucking have allergies. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Did you get the COVID?
I have to get them out. The allergies.
Get out, allergies. This is the desk. That's the wall over there. That's
got the exact same fucking mouse pad I got.
You know what? This doesn't even do it justice for how deep it is. It is like
it's a beautiful desk, man. That thing is.
This is the area.
The top of that bitch is beautiful.
Yeah.
That is stupid.
Yeah, very nice.
Later that day at the Bat Cave.
Yo, check it out. Like so.
Beautiful wood case.
For what?
All my pens and shit.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm leaving the camera wide angle from now on.
Go for it.
Show the baby off. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but I do have to buy a new chair.
Yeah.
I sat down in my chair the other morning and I fell over in it and it fucking broke the armrest off.
I've had the piston for this chair for 2 months now. Still haven't replaced it. So constantly just. Boom.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much.
Dude, I watched it online. It does. Like you got to hit it with a sledgehammer this way and then that way, and it's supposed to pop off. I did it. It won't pop off. So
You don't have
now
one
the
that
bottom of
screws
my
off?
chair is all dented and it still won't let go.
I had one before. It just screwed off.
No, this thing is like it doesn't screw off at all. It's all pressed in.
Yeah,
Wow.
but this desk is it's 6 foot by 4 foot. If that puts it in perspective for you guys, it's literally an IKEA kitchen island.
You used feet, so I got it. If
Yeah, you figured it out.
meters, I'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is in meters. I'm American.
174 centimeters by. I was watching UFC the other day, and it was the Spanish broadcast. It's the only version that was available, and it said like how many
kilograms.
kilograms they were. It wasn't the British. Sometimes they do like he weighs 35 stones. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. A stone is like 22 pounds. I don't understand it.
What the fuck year is it? Still
Yeah.
using stones?
Yeah,
About
For some
a
reason,
fortnight ago.
yeah, like for some reason, the number 2 most downloaded. Well, okay, the country that downloads the ISCP podcast the most, other than the US, is the UK. So I have a lot of UK listeners, and they're constantly like, how many stones are of downforce did they take off the cars? I'm like, what? They had stones in the
There's no
car?
stones in the car.
Just
so-
let them know that they're all fucking idiots.
Yeah, and they're like, well, what size spanner did they use? And I'm like, what's a spanner?
Make sure you say, tell them thank for sending me too big of a fucking green screen, you losers.
The only thing that I would say I would take from that system is like the measurements of length, like centimeters, meters, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
like that
Wait,
does make
scientific.
sense. But I'm obviously used to inches and feet and all that shit. So
Yeah.
We're stupid.
And like honestly, I've been trying to get better with the metric system as far as meters, distance, stuff like that, because it's very, it's used in scientific papers and astronomy and all that. But as far as like a volume of liquids and stuff, shove it right up your ass. I don't know what a fucking I know what a gallon is. I don't know what that is in liters. I don't have a clue.
well, I mean, but I would say I'm even, I know we're getting off on a tangent here, but I would say I'm even the reverse way. It's like, well, honestly, a gallon doesn't make much fucking sense to me either. Like 16 ounces, like who came up with that? Like, I don't understand why that's one of our measurements. Like
Quart.
Quarts. Yeah. What the fuck is a quart?
Well, I mean, I know why it all happened. It's because a ship was pirated and captured on the way here back in the 1700s, and that's why we had to go to Imperial, because we had no standard measurement to go with the rest of the world. That's all.
We should probably get into
Yeah, we
this,
should
right?
probably. I mean,
Yeah.
that's something to talk about.
And that's
What
the
we're here
history
to-
lesson of the day.
There you go.
Thanks, Spaniards.
We should have a segment on here called Frank's Random Historical Facts.
Well, I have a clip I can.
I know.
It's
I
a little
know.
bit-
That's what I'm saying. We need to put it to some use.
No, let's stay positive.
No, I want to hear it. I love it.
I think it's an endearing quality.
Hey, you know what? If you spent the time to do anything,
Here's about planes, World War II, submarines, animals, boats, or whatever else you're rambling on about.
animals. When do I ramble about animals?
I don't know. You said it
Frank
right
Fun Time
now.
Animal Facts?
With the octopi once?
No, it happened all the time.
Look, I agree with you.
I think we made that clip before we had that discussion.
That's true.
I did. You
Okay.
used to go off on animals a lot.
Yeah, Jets, 100%, right?
Yeah, I got nerve damage from that episode.
Let's roll an intro.
All right, let's play. I don't know this one.
Imagine, if you will, an announcer you can barely understand. He refers to a but you're not quite sure what he said. He seems to be eating something, or perhaps he's a little drunk. It's remotely possible that he just said something about the scary door.
Bordering in Wonderland, the Twilight Zone review.
It was not guns or bombs that defeated the aliens, but that humblest of all God's creatures, the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Oh, okay. No clips.
We
didn't talk about this at all.
I got home 15 minutes ago. I didn't have any time.
I know. No, it's all right. I was sitting there going, I don't know. We didn't discuss this at all, so I don't know if we have any clips or anything.
Yeah, I mean, if you had told me yesterday, I would have had them ready. But I find out.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny when somebody asks a question, "Hey, are we having a show this week?" and you reply back the next day, the day that we're actually doing it, that we're actually having a show. It's kind of crazy.
I was just going to bring it up. So, who asked me the other day? We were just back from hiatus. This is LIW episode 197. The Masks 525. I'm Phoenix West.
I'm
Jansen Carlin.
Adam.
I thought I was supposed to go last.
I think Frank and I already went. I mean, we're all here. The
I'm
whole gang's here.
Jansen and I went at the same time, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh.
So it saved time, except for the 35 seconds we spent discussing it. But
we're rusty, okay? Let us have a moment. Shit.
But someone asked in the chat, like, "Are we going live?" I'm like, I don't know. I just set up the office, and to me, in my head, I had a whole conversation.
Yeah, like I was texting you the other day. I'm like, "Yo, you want to, do the show with Dan and I, test out the office before we go live and all, because that's kind of way off topics 4 is to test out bullshit. So for the main show, so we're not doing this. But I mean, it's okay. I mean, I was kind of late. It was kind of like 2 hours before too, so that's my fault.
But I've been so busy, and I didn't think. That's been a summary of the last couple of weeks, is me not thinking properly. And I was telling her earlier, I'm like, so, because Jansen goes, "You want me to come over and do the cable management?" I'm like, "We have a show tonight," and he's like, "We do?" I'm like, "Oh fuck, I should probably." So yeah,
Yo, Phoenix, is moving into a house more than you ever possibly could have conceived than that it is before you did it? Because I gotta tell you something, dude. It's been a month. I'm still not even halfway done.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous amount of work. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
Easiest shit I ever did in my life. I don't know what you guys are fucking doing.
Well,
liar.
Last time I did it, it was fine. It wasn't.
I'm not lying. I paid for movers. That's why it was easy.
No. It wasn't the moving in part. It was once you're here with all your shit, going room to room to room to room, getting everything done. Her wanting to paint every fucking wall differently. So not, I
painted the entire inside of my house within 2 days of moving in.
We'll talk about
all white
in a second here.
Huh?
Right.
So we'll talk about Twilight Zone here.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. We're catching up. We had hiatus, okay? The viewers, they want to know what we're doing.
The stressful part for me was more about like getting these people to come out to the house to turn shit on during COVID. So
I thought like Arizona just like kind of threw caution into the wind by now.
No,
I drove halfway across the country in an RV.
Which how was that, by the way?
And then back.
It was fine until we got to Tennessee and rolled through the mountains. An RV is a bounce bus. There's no other way to describe it other than it's a bounce bus. And not only is Tennessee full of mountains, it's also full of the shittiest roads I've ever seen in North America.
Now,
bounce bus, mountains, potholes, boom, 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 boom. Roller coaster.
For God's sake, Adam in Tennessee, I really hope you didn't make a mean face to a dog.
I didn't do shit in Tennessee except hurry up and get the fuck out of it. I don't want to go back to that state ever again.
That's literally a law they can arrest you for.
I will have to go through that state to return to Florida, and I'm not looking forward to that shit at all.
Around.
If you
I'll
see
probably
it,
take drugs or something to knock myself out.
What kind of drugs?
Put myself in cryostasis or something. I don't know.
It up. Tennessee was the scariest time of my life. Was in a Tennessee gas station. I stopped at it, and I ran, and I walked in the bathroom, and I was like, it was like a horror movie. It was so dirty, and I felt like the Texas Chainsaw thing. I thought someone was putting out meat hooks.
Yeah,
so disgusting. And I was like, get the fuck out of here.
All you listeners that are from Tennessee, all I can say is I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's all I can say about Tennessee. I'm sorry.
Fuck the panhandlers.
They can leave. Anyway, Twilight Zone, the Mask. It's our first classic episode in quite a while.
Yay!
Yeah. Something that people will recognize.
When we list off like all the popular episodes that people know, this is going to be one of them, and it's the first time in a long, long time since The Shatner one, right? Nightmare. That was
Yeah,
the last
definitely.
one.
Yeah,
And
and,
then,
that was
Living Doll.
okay. Yeah, that's true. I'm Tiny Teen, and I want to suck that. I mean, whatever she said.
Jansen's in shutdown mode.
Yep. Yeah, but I stopped listening 10 minutes ago.
You're the one that said fuck it, and then wanted to keep going with a tangent.
You guys were talking. I was just letting you have your moment.
Sorry.
I thought you didn't have any clips, Frank.
My bad. I didn't realize the volume was up on that. My bad.
Should I play Rod's intro?
I got it right here.
Oh, okay. I know you had clips.
I don't have clips. I just have it up. That's all.
Okay.
I wasn't able to, record it onto my iPad and everything.
Gotcha.
Like I was going to use my Lenovo,
Oh,
but when I put the disc in, it wanted me to download a DVD thing, which I thought already existed. But I was like, fine, whatever. It just never downloaded.
Or
I'm like,
what fucking century did you buy this computer from?
What my touchscreen Lenovo all-in-one, 8.1, Windows 8.1. Yeah, it was like I don't know, 8 years ago.
That's old. Yeah, that's old.
It still works great though. It's got like 4 terabytes of memory in it, so that's why I keep it.
So you said you had the intro.
Yeah, I'm getting to it right now. I'm sorry.
He's got to go through 4 terabytes of data to find it.
That's not true. That's not true. I'm just trying to find it. Okay.
You know what? You need to add a button onto your Stream Deck. And it just needs to be the Jeopardy, the thinking song or whatever.
Needed you for a head cold.
You should.
All right, Jason. All right.
It's ready for the sun to that.
Doctor,
Yes?
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, Jason, I believe you will.
Volume,
God willing.
volume good.
Mr. Jason Foster, a tired ancient who on this particular Mardi Gras evening will leave the earth. But before departing, he has some things to do, some services to perform, some debts to pay, and some justice to mete out. This is New Orleans Mardi Gras time. It is also the Twilight Zone.
Yes, the masks. So, let's talk about the mask finally. Now that we're way into the show, it's directed by Ida Lupino, who Frank and I know from 16mm Shrine, the episode.
Yeah, that hoe.
Which is not a good episode, but it's one of the first episodes.
It was the first episode of the TZ I hated.
Yeah, which is sad because I think it's like episode 4 or something crazy at the very beginning.
Remind me of the plot on that one.
Aging actress stuck in her house. It's Sunset Boulevard basically, but she's stuck in her house, doesn't want to leave. She still thinks she's should be a star.
Oh yeah, that was garbage.
Yeah, but she's in that. She's the only female director to ever direct an episode, and the only person to star in an episode and then direct it. So we got that going for it. It's a well-directed.
Why she did that? Do you know why she directed the episode that she starred
because
in?
females can, okay?
No, because the director that was supposed to do it canceled very last second because he was sick, and she goes, "Well, I'll do it," and then she did it. So she wasn't supposed to.
She was just there at the right time.
Yeah.
So she directed
Wrong
it
time
because
in our
she
favor, I
could.
guess.
She directed it because of circumstance.
Circumstances.
Yeah.
This season, our double billing today has a couple return people. We got Ida Lupino in this one, and then we got
Gomer Pyle.
In the next episode, we got the Reverend dude. He's in
Also another crossover. This set is Uncle Simon. Fun fact.
This episode is very similar to Uncle Simon.
Yeah, it's the same exact set. Yeah.
But it's full of just insult after. I got so bad with the insults, so many insults, I couldn't keep up. I just couldn't. They're coming like one after another.
Can you believe Sterling wrote this?
No.
Well, sure as shit wasn't Hammy.
No. There's no
Hammy
harm.
can't pull these off.
So I guess we'll start our roundtable here. I don't know. Fuck it. Let's go with initial thoughts, what you thought about it, rating, blah, 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 blah. Jansen's checked out, so let's go, Jansen.
God damn it. I knew you were going to do that. That's what I was trying to look checked out.
I'm like,
what's up, you share the class, Jansen?
I'm gonna pick the person in the class that's not paying attention to asking the question.
Fuck you. All right. How about that? I like this episode. His initial thoughts are I feel like it's a story I know, right? Obviously I've never seen the episode, but it's a story that should be familiar to anyone, you know. That I'm not gonna go into the synopsis of it, but I enjoyed the execution of it. I enjoyed the extensive dialogue in it, and especially in the first probably 10-15 minutes of the episode of him just giving him that fucking cold shoulder smile, fuck you, with a nod and a wink, like you are all pieces of shit, and I'm going to tell you to your face later on, type of deal. Really enjoyed that.
It was like my last family reunion.
It was refined Uncle Simon with more people for him to pwn.
It was genuinely good. I thought like somebody put thought into it, and you know, obviously I wouldn't say I saw the ending coming or anything like that, but I did, you know, expect something to that effect, and it was pleasant, and I enjoyed it, and it was an episode that makes you think in a good way, and it doesn't have any political push behind it, and it's just pure. So
there's
I was
a reason Jansen says that, because our next episode
is
a bit of a different story.
Straight up. Yeah.
Wow, yes it is.
So I would say for me, out of all of the Twilight Zone that I watch, and it's not a whole heck of a lot compared to some of you guys, this is top tier for me. This is excellent Twilight Zone. This should go in the top Twilight Zone of all times, I think. So I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 for myself.
Definitely a top 10, Jansen. You nailed that, man.
Adam,
initial thoughts. I like the story. I like the acting.
Adam, 1 second.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask Jansen one question.
Yeah.
Jansen, what did you think about the makeup after they took the masks off?
It was good. Like, I thought it was good. I thought it was, obviously it's not like what we deal with now, but I mean, for that time period, trying to replicate something like what they were already wearing on their face, like it was pretty excellent. And it, like,
yeah,
I thought it fit well. It didn't look like they were wearing too much extra, and it was, you know, it was scary, but it wasn't like terrifying in the way that you would see in something that was made today, right? So it was enough of a kick to the face that you would expect for that era, that the audience would be flabbergasted by, I would assume.
Perfectly put. I couldn't put it better myself. Okay, you know,
I agree.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, Adam. I just had to ask. I was curious, but Adam, you're up.
This is one of those classic revenge episodes, and this is also like Phoenix set up when they have these marathons on New Year's Eve and stuff like that. They always play this one, like either towards the end of the night or at some point. It's one of the ones. So I'm very familiar with this episode, and I know the rest of the guys on this panel like to give me crap because I never remember the episodes by their titles. This one I recognize right away. I'm like, oh, it's that one. I've seen that one before. It's one that's this fun to go back and see. I wouldn't give it quite as high of a score as Jansen because my only fundamental problem with it is that while it's a revenge episode, all of these people are essentially pieces of shit, except for the main character who is dying, but you can tell he probably got to where he is at by being a piece of shit himself. So
and he raised these pieces of shit.
He raised these pieces of shit, and he enabled these pieces of shit, and now he's putting revenge on
one.
Yeah.
He raised the one piece of shit who.
These people are miserable, awful people, but they play their parts well, and this is one of those justice served type of deals, revenge piece. You know, it's a great story. So yeah, I would go 8 out of 10 for this one.
Adam, if someone was to give you $50 million for you to wear the mask, take it off, and have to wear that mask of whatever mask you think your worst trait would be, would you do it?
Probably not, because especially if it was this particular guy, he's so smug.
No. Don't worry about the guy.
In general, I would be very suspicious.
No, it was a very.
I would love to have some. I would be very suspicious that something it's going to happen.
I think Frank's offering a deal where you get 50 million, but you look like that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, and like the guy doing it has nothing to do with it. It's just straight up. Here's a mask. You know, think of like the worst trait that you have. Then think of a mask that represents that.
It's a Tales from the Crypt episode you're describing. It's got to be.
I mean, we live in a society where we have to wear masks all the time anyway, currently. So I guess it would just be par for the course. You know?
Oh, that is current. That's very.
I would probably still say no, though, because I would be suspicious. Because rich people are always up on some scandalous bullshit, and this guy's no exception to the rule. So
Missy yells at me all the time because I wear my mask right here, and she's like, "Put it over your nose." I'm like, "Fuck you." And
Wait, you're one of those people.
There's no point wearing it if it's right here.
Fuck you. That's what she said. You're one of those people. Oh, that's so funny.
That's funny.
Try to work that thing on for 20 fucking hours straight. And it doesn't fall off your damn nose.
I have sympathy for people who have to wear it to work. That's for sure. Yeah. I could not do that. Period. So very blessed to not have to.
And dude, like every manager that passes me has to.
Yeah,
say,
these assholes only had to have it on for a couple of hours. So, you know. Oh, and another thing I want to mention, we joke about this. Everything always happens at midnight on these goddamn shows. Yeah. It's always midnight. That comes back.
Happens. Death loves
always midnight. Always midnight. Everything happens at midnight? Yeah.
Isn't that the Twilight Zone?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Twilight Zone is a parallel dimension to ours, so it needs to have a
right. But I mean, if you were going to pick if you were going to break it down and say pick a time frame on when the Twilight Zone occurs, what time would you pick?
Midnight.
Yeah, exactly.
Day, right?
Makes sense.
Or if you're in the Amityville house, it's what was it, 2:33?
2:33.
Yeah. 3 o'clock, I think. Yeah.
Twilight's like when the sun's kind of out, though.
Well, if the moon's out, it's twilight.
No, this is moonlight. But the
definition
of twilight.
Most of
I'm not saying specifically the definition of twilight. I'm saying if we're going to pick a time and give it reference for what the Twilight Zone represents.
In the paranormal world, a lot of things happen at 3 a.m. because supposedly that was when Christ was crucified or something like that or something. So something like that.
That's what horror movies tell you.
Horror movies tell you that. The paranormal universe tells you that. But take
3 a.m. or something like that.
It seems like if you want to get a nail through a hand very well, you do it during the day, not at night.
Nighttime here.
I don't know. I'm not Roman, man.
Oh, well, that's the other thing about it is who is tracking time in that era. Nobody.
And when he died, not when he got crucified. It took him.
Yeah, I mean, especially time hasn't existed yet until it was.
Neither did time zones. So, like, who the fuck?
But on the Twilight Zone, everything is always at midnight. So
that sundial's that close, where they could tell it was 3 minutes after. Good sundial.
Yeah, but like you know, when the sun goes down, that sundial is useless.
Yeah, the moon dial. They got one over here. Way more complicated.
Yeah,
what's the Fred Flintstone sundial
only
watch?
4 days out of the year or the month.
All right, Frank, what did you think?
I loved it. I give this a 9 out of 10. Definitely, I think The Masks is a top 10 Twilight Zone episode. To be honest with you, it's like one of the really good ones out of season 5. One of the best, I think. I mean,
for this season specifically, for sure, I could say that.
And I mean, like, look, I love Rod's writing. I hate it when he tries to do comedy because he sucks at it. But when he doesn't try to do comedy, when he tries to do exactly this, he is the king. No one can do it better. And this right here is why I love the Twilight Zone. This episode right here, it embodies everything why I love this show. The writing was amazing. The acting was awesome. I mean, even the doofy freaking, what was his face? Like he's
son.
Yeah, he goes, hello, grandfather. I'm like, I don't think hello is spelled HULLO, but okay. Like that's how it sounded. Like you dopey. And he was the only one like, hey man, I'm down.
Yeah.
And then you got the slut sister. Like, man, grandfather, I wanted to ride a cock. It's like
She talks to her grandfather and she's like, "Hey, dying grandfather, you want to get me laid tonight? What the fuck's wrong with this girl?"
Yeah. Do you know any nice boys?
I'm curious about this episode only because it is one of the better ones. I mean, obviously it has the best ratings, out there for the episodes that we've looked at. But I'm curious, the books that you've read about Rod Serling's writing or those discussions or whatever that you've read through, like,
Yeah, I would like to hear the synopsis on this one. Yeah.
Well, I would like to know is there a backstory to this episode? Is there like an inspiration?
Nice boys. I'm gonna find out.
Okay.
What was that?
What was what?
So I heard something while you were talking.
Is it his video?
It's fine.
Okay.
So I muted that before, and suddenly I went there to check on comments, and it was unmuted.
Was that porn? Okay.
That was Frank talking. So yes.
Yeah. Frank has a part-time job narrating porn.
Yeah.
No, I'm the dub over. I go, oh yeah, bitch. Oh, that's not the guy. That's me.
He doesn't get those nice of a jobs, man. He needs to use those gruff hands to be a fluffer. You know what I mean?
Frank translates other languages.
Gruff fluff.
I picture him in the recording booth, like hearing it and dubbing into Spanish. Like,
he like the European porn, so that we can have it in English.
Yeah, because it's all in German, so I gotta translate it.
It's like that. Have you guys seen the clip of Hugh Jackman when he's doing the backup voice for when he did Wolverine? He's like fucking running through the forest, but he's in the sound booth and he's like fucking yelling and shit. It's fucking hilarious.
I didn't see that.
Like German porn, where you just like splatter, splatter.
Yeah.
Porn.
Splat. Oh god. Right on her chest.
Interesting.
Well, while Frank's looking for that, Phoenix, give us your thoughts.
I found it.
Yeah.
Oh, he found it. Never mind. Shut up, Phoenix.
I'm still gonna go because he's gonna take forever.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah.
Just skim through it. I love this episode. I in my head I always pictured the classic episodes as overrated. Usually that's how I feel about them. This one holds up. I love the insults. I love the structure of the episode. It's paced out well enough where you're not like, fucking get the mask off. They get the mask off like halfway through the episode. And then it's a little too much of the bitching about the mask for me. I wish I had something else to talk about. That's my only real complaint. And Adam's not going to like this, but this episode reminds me of his favorite episode, Eye of the Beholder.
Oh yeah. There are similarities for sure. I agree with you.
For me, this one works better. This is better for the way I watch it.
I think the shock value is better. I think.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it's a little less implied.
Because in Eye of the Beholder, it was like, something's going on with their faces. They keep
right. Eye of the Beholder does go out of its way to hide everything, but it's just for me, there's just something about the cinematography of that one.
Is Eye of the Beholder is that the one that everybody knows with where they're wearing masks and shit? Okay.
Yeah, the pig face.
I forget. Yeah, the pig nose. Yeah, I just forget what it's called.
Foreign person looks like us, and everybody else looks like a fucked up pig snake.
I like that episode.
She is a 10, son. She is a straight up 10. Gorgeous.
Yeah, that one's a 10 for me.
You know who's a 10? Pig Hitler.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
the episode I want to watch in that episode is Pig Hitler taking over. I want to watch that. That fascinates me.
That? Everywhere she goes, Pig Hitler shows up.
Yeah. But I agree with Adam. The cinematography in that one is way better. But this one it's simple. It doesn't focus too much on one thing. It's mostly about him insulting his family. And we never find out if he just was a normal guy and now his family sucks because she married.
That's what I would have liked that more if he would have had like a little bit of a backstory, like how.
That's what I'm saying.
But I feel like he talks through that though too. I mean, like I feel like he gives you enough of a sense that these people are pieces of shit, right? And he's finally going to get his last word in, and he's going to leave his mark on this world one way or another and say, listen, you all fucking made this bed. Now you get to lie in it. You have the money, but now you got to live with yourselves.
Yeah. This was his Festivus before he went out.
Yeah. But I wish I would have known a little bit more about him. Like, did he come from wealth? Is he self-made? Was he poor at one point? If I'd have known just a thread of anything, would have kicked it up a notch more for me.
Going off this guy, I could tell just based on context clues, he's self-made. This
He's
isn't a guy
self-made.
that inherited. Yeah, he's too much in
People
control.
had
I
everything
think.
handed to him. His
I
family.
mean, the pencil mustache alone should tell you everything you need to know about the guy.
Yeah,
So he's
He
a porno.
fucks. He fucks. That's what it is.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He is a straight up pimp.
Porn star director.
it has a similar plot to like those old '50s movies where it was the murder mystery. Like everyone gets invited to the house and gets.
Thank you. Okay, so I felt that too. I just watched Hide and Seek the other night.
Great
I don't know
movie.
if you guys have seen that. Fucking phenomenal. I
Great
was like,
movie.
man, this movie reminds me of that shit so much. It was so good. Or Knives Out. Knives Out was another one of
I
those
still haven't
ones.
seen that.
That one's pretty good too. It's more comedy than horror, obviously.
What was it about?
Well, Hide and Seek's a comedy too. At one point, it just changed.
Knives Out is more of a mystery. We got to figure out like Sherlock Holmesy kind of deal.
Yeah, it's kind of an Agatha Christie vibe to it.
Yeah.
I sucked at hide and seek growing up because I was so fat.
Well, this Hide and Seek's a little bit different. You know, if you get found, you get killed. So
I'd be dead quick.
Yeah, but no, that I watched the preview. I was like, oh, this looks decent. I think I'll enjoy it, but I did not expect that movie to be that good. Like that final scene.
Yeah, don't go too in detail, but I just picture Frank's decaying corpse in the middle of the room while all the other kids play hide and seek around him.
Going like this.
I died first, guys.
It's just a skeleton going.
Does anybody watch? I'm sorry, I'm going off on a small tangent. I'll pull it back. Does anybody watch The Boys?
Fuck yeah!
No.
Are you caught up on it?
Not this past Friday. I haven't.
Never mind. We'll talk about it later. There's something about The Boys, this most recent episode, that reminded me of.
Now I'm a little bit scared because they had Butcher the week before in the red. Now they have Kamiko in the red for this.
I don't want to hear anything about this. I want to watch the show.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that has to do with anything.
No.
Also,
like,
The Boys is the new
going
Breaking
out
Bad.
time,
If you watch it, you're just branded a piece of shit by everybody. So, kind of those kind of movies makes me want to watch it when I goddamn well want to. You know.
Yeah.
It's
amazing. Not quite there.
It's super good. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Sorry, guys.
The mask.
Yeah, yo, Jansen, diabolical.
Shit's massively insane, dude. That show is so fucking nuts.
Oh.
So the episode kicks off with he's in bed, he's dying, he's talking to the doctor. They have a quirky back and forth. I always like when there's a character and he's giving him shit and the other character starts laughing or something like that, because you're never sure if he's an asshole or he's just like, how I talk to people, which could be an asshole, but it's in jest. I always like that because the doctor starts laughing. I was like, okay, I like this. Wish the doctor more.
Was that slightly inside from earlier?
I heard none of you.
No, I was asking Phoenix. Was that a slightly inside thing that you said from earlier? So I felt like you felt a little bit guilty when I was like, all right, fine. Sorry for asking.
A little bit.
And I was saying the doctor was my favorite character. Like, he was pretty cool. He was believable. The doctor. Yeah, the doctor was my favorite character.
They played off each other perfectly.
Yeah. Because he's like checking him out, and he's like, you played that clip there where he's like, I like because your candor, you're different from the medical norm, whatever. He basically he doesn't sugarcoat it, doesn't lie. He just tells him straight, like, you're fucking dying, dude.
What? Yeah, he cut his doctor all. Saw blade.
Yeah.
Sawbones. That's it.
Yeah, Sawbones.
Yeah. So old Sawbones.
Did
And then,
you find anything good in there, Frank? Oh, sorry, Phoenix. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
No, Zachary pretty much he actually gave a lot of his own opinion on it mostly. I mean, of course he has Rod's opening, and all that good stuff, but he's got a pretty decent a paragraph of pretty much the synopsis, and then after that he's got a paragraph of what he thinks about it. So if you like to hear about the what he thinks about it after the fact, I can read that.
Up to you guys. I don't care. I was more curious to find out if he had any insight as to the the inspiration for the episode, because it seems like one of those stories that, like, man, something must have happened for somebody to feel this certain way and come up with this.
Well,
I think it was someone that read about the masks in Mardi Gras and kind of sparked an idea.
Okay, fair enough.
That's what I would assume. I don't know.
I can see that.
But
Sure.
yeah. Well, I mean, this is what Zachary says. Like at the end, it's pretty crazy. It's not long at all. The masks, in quotes, of course, is both well written and well directed by Haida Lupino, like we are talking about, making her only woman to direct Twilight Zone episode and the only person. Yeah, we already talked about that. 60 millimeter shrine. We are good guys. Anyway, but much of its success must be credited to the masks themselves and to the artistry in the heavy makeup applied to the.
I agree.
Yeah, so
do I. Pause there, and you touched on it briefly there when you asked Jansen earlier, but the masks themselves are fucking cool looking. When they take them off at the end, again, we assume you've seen the episode if you're listening to a review podcast, but the reveal of the makeup on it is fucking it's solid, especially for Twilight Zone, because there are some episodes of some terrible makeup,
and
especially old age makeup. They cannot do that shit.
No.
And here's another cool fact about the masks: the actors who had to wear them, they got to take them home with them.
That's awesome. Cool. If they held on them for 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, they could have sold them for so much money.
I guarantee you most of them did.
Yeah.
especially the younger
kid.
Yeah.
Junior fucking sold it for probably steroids or something.
No, probably a few sticks of gum. I can really go for some gum.
Sold it for a dime bag.
A dime bag of what?
Gum.
Big Red. Oh, I hate Big Red. Oh,
why does Big Red exist?
I know. It's like my breath stinks.
Okay, hold on. Big Red or Tutti Frutti? Which one's the worst? Tutti Frutti's fucking awful.
Big Red.
Tutti Frutti.
Fruity, fresh and fruity. Yeah.
Really bad.
All right, I got a fun fact that I just saw on here. I don't know if you guys saw this too, but
1 second, Jansen. They have black licorice gum.
Ugh. That's what you give somebody you really hate. Yeah, it's a practical joke gum.
Anyway, sorry, Jansen.
Oh, you're fine. The lead, Robert Keith. Did you know this
later?
Yeah, this is his last credit.
That was my next note.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Sorry, I beat you to it.
No, that's all right. I said it first, actually, but whatever.
Whatever, dude. It's fine.
I beat you, but whatever.
And the trophy,
this is my show, okay? Jesus Christ.
And the trophy goes to Phoenix. Congratulations, buddy.
Right, you want a fucking Oscar with that too?
I know. And the Emmy for the guy who brought it up first goes to Phoenix West. Woo! Come on down.
Thank you for having me.
About to Phil Collins' this whole Genesis.
Yeah, he was like 76 or something,
Phoenix.
Right?
Phoenix. Remember when I moved that fucking couch into your house and I fucking carried your washing machine up the fucking stairs? Remember that?
I wasn't in the room.
Remember?
So that.
You remember that? Fuck you. All right.
Hold on. Was it me that asked you to do any of that?
No, dude. You asked. You're like, man, my back hurts. Can you please help me?
None of that.
Old man. I can't remember to tell people that we're recording episodes this week. I can't carry anything.
Sonny boy.
Jansen, if you have to brag that you helped a man that just had back surgery carry a dryer into his new house.
Shots fired.
He's been a cripple for like a decade. He's earned this bullshit I give him at this point. So
no.
Yeah, come on.
No, that still doesn't. No,
I love making fun of people in wheelchairs, being like, hey, come on, stand up. What's wrong with you? Really? Stand up to meet someone. Come on.
Don't go dying on me.
Come on, Green Keepy.
So, does a wedding tackle still work?
No, I joke and I kid, but I was happy to do it. I wanted you guys to have an easy move. So
I felt bad because we had a couch. We have like one of those, L-shaped couches that we moved in, and we put up we have 3 living rooms in this new house, and we chose the loft one as our main living room.
Oh shit!
Which means the stairs, and there's no way to get it around the hallway there because it's right around it.
Let me set up this picture for you. Fucking the steepest flight of about 20 stairs you've ever seen in your life. Okay.
Yeah.
These are not fucking. This is not an ADA hallway. There's no fucking 36 inches or whatever. This is maybe like 28. and we're fucking carrying this couch up these stairs. There's an open window to the right where it leads into the loft. And then if you go up the stairs and turn right around the corner, there's a pillar that blocks your entrance into the living room. So you cannot
no
wedge that couch into there. You literally can't move it. So you have to push the couch up the steep flight of stairs, lift it over your head and over the window of
to
the
the
balcony.
ledge. No, to the ledge.
The ledge window, whatever the fuck that is, that opening in the loft.
So I had to pull the couch down from the loft side.
Dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. But we did
worked though.
Yeah. And it looks good.
Point is, when we move out, I'll give you a call.
What's that, Adam?
How many meters wide is that?
Oh fuck, I don't know. Probably 37.
UK audience might want to know. Just checking.
It's at least half of whatever Frank bought as a green screen.
I say it's a third.
Yep. Phoenix is going to get about.
How many meters is it? He's gonna
10 by 2.
It's 30 by 10.
30 meters. Jesus Christ.
So that's 90 feet. It's about
No,
1
meter's
meter
like
is
a meter's like
a
a
yard.
almost a yard. So
Yeah, it's like
98
30 feet.
long.
Yeah.
It's almost 100 feet.
Yeah, it's a big book.
Filming a movie. He's trying to film the Phantom Menace in his bedroom.
how much was the screen?
$20.
From
And
where?
Amazon. And it was fabric. It's not like a screen like nylon. It's a fucking fabric.
Yeah,
Let me put that into more perspective for you. A football field is about 360 feet long. So you're about a third of a football field.
Yeah. It really is. Yeah.
So he can cover the fucking red zone with his
We're
green.
Americans, and we measure things in football. Okay.
He's going to refilm the sinking of the Titanic.
I could. I really could, dude.
You're gonna loan out to James Cameron for Avatar 7.
Ah.
I don't know if you ever watched PBS Digital Studios of anything, but I could definitely recreate that.
Yeah.
Where the fuck were we? Finished off that book. That what are you
Oh yeah,
reading?
okay, I'm sorry. So yeah, basically, makeup applied to as an eye of the beholder, there is a compelling beauty in the ugliness and alluring repulsiveness. Designed by William Tuttle and crafted by Tuttle, Charles Charles and others. They, SCHRAM.
Shram?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
And
so-
others, Charles Schramm, and others, they are works of art. Grotesqueries, how can I say that, but not Shrim? Grotesqueries which reflect all the cruelty, ignorance, vanity, and why do they got to put weird words
Can
in?
we next time get like a fucking fourth grader to read this piece?
No.
Rainbow.
No, it's AVA dash, and then I gotta go next line, and it's
Just
RICIUIOUSNESS. Good luck with that one.
so this is why you got me the book, so I can read out of it.
Dude, I even got the audible book of this. It's even better. Yeah. Because Zikri reads it. Yeah. It's on
Adam's gonna pop over there, dude.
described by the characters. And best of all, they bear enough resemblance to the actors' faces to seem like hideous, degenerate alter selves. There you go.
Adam's
That's
literally bawling right
That's
now.
a glowing. That is a glowing.
Yeah.
Basically review from Zikri, because what did that say, Gam?
Run that by me again, Chief.
Yeah, I didn't read it until you took it away. What was the last part?
Didn't know you could read it. Shit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I can read. It's just this is what happens when you spend grades 1 through 9 in 3 different school systems. Okay, every grade.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just saying.
All right. So where the fuck were we?
People let him touch high voltage.
Mescaline.
Oh, mescaline. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. I don't know what it is.
This is why you should never be raised under power lines.
All I know is that one rapper from D12 raps about mescaline an awful lot.
Ah,
Oh boy, good
I
shit.
think his name is Bizarre. Yeah.
Man, I'm so bummed now because I know that
Oh,
we're gonna be in
reading
such
Rainbow.
we're gonna be in such high spirits for this episode, and then next episode we're just gonna fucking want to kill ourselves.
That's all right.
Reading Rainbow is Geordie from freaking Star Trek. It was great.
Yeah.
Dude, proud of you.
LeVar Burton.
Yeah, him.
Who directed all the best episodes of DS9, by the way.
Do they exist? Deep Space Nine sucked.
DS9 has some good shit. Yes, there's some
They
good
didn't
shit.
go
in DS9.
anywhere. It was
Listen, guys, if we wanted to talk about Star Trek, we'd make a fucking podcast about it. All right, Jesus.
That's right. This is a Twilight Zone podcast.
Don't give Phoenix any ideas.
I would not be against the idea of doing a Star Trek show.
You're talking. I'm interested.
Can we split the Twitter apart from that one?
Oh boy.
So a couple things I want to go over real quick because we haven't really touched on it a whole lot, but specifics as far as this episode goes. When they introduced the kids, I thought they're on cell phones, but one girl was looking at this and he was playing with something. I was like, are they fucking? Oh no, they're not.
He's so used to the people just doing this all the time.
The dad
Right.
walks the doctor to the door of the house. He's like, let me walk you out. There's the door. It's like, what the fuck was the point of that? They show a stock footage of Mardi Gras outside, and I was laughing earlier today because I didn't notice it the first time, but there's guys on a parade float and they're dancing with women, and I was like, I'm watching. I was like, oh, what the fuck? Those are mannequins. They're dancing with mannequins. They're dressed up. Go back and rewatch it.
No,
Very awkward.
Reminded me of the Hummers Parade.
Hummers?
I mean the Mummers. The Mummers Parade.
the Hummers.
I said Hummers.
Was that at the Holiday Inn?
No,
Hampton.
Pride Day, Holiday Inn.
no. Me being pegged was at the Hampton Inn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No Hummers there.
But she did give me a Hummer at least. Yeah.
There it is.
If you're gonna peg someone, you have to.
That's what I was poking for.
Trust me.
It's a reach around situation.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't check in, go in, and then she was just like, boom. You know, it was a gradual thing. We had some dinner. You know what I mean?
She wined and dined you first before she fucked you.
Do you know how gradual I need a life to be to take pegging? You took it in one evening at a Hampton Inn.
Yeah.
I was with her for 10 years before this.
Yeah, Phoenix probably needs about 40 years and at least 6 weeks of build up.
Prison time needs to be involved.
And probably a 50-gallon drum of lube.
You know how you stay married and together for 20 years, Phoenix? 10 years in, when it's like from 17 on, you got to experiment because otherwise they're going to do that with other people.
Who, Adam, what is happening behind you?
I don't know. Change the subject. You're supposed to be driving this podcast. You sleep at the wheel or what? God damn it! Come on now. Take it back. Take it back.
I love how he turns that shit around on you.
I just want to know if that's a reflection of a TV, if there's someone like running around outside like a madman.
Why do you gotta be so cruel to me, Father?
Let's see here. Oh, they had my favorite Twilight Zone trope, other than the Vaseline in the face. They had the lady of a certain age filter on the mom with blown out lighting. But when they show her next to another character, she looks old.
The Star Trek lady filter.
Yeah. Fuck it, I don't want to look at my notes anymore. Basically, he insults them, tells them he'll only give them the money if they wear the masks. They wear the mask for 3 hours or something like that until
Something
midnight.
like that. It wasn't terribly long. You know, it wasn't like all day. It was like from after dinner until midnight. You know.
Yeah, they took them off. They bitch about them nonstop. And
these are rich people, so they probably eat at like 9 o'clock at night. So it wasn't really that fucking long. You know.
Yeah, they're just bitches.
Yep.
They take them off, and they look like Dick Tracy villains. That's what they reminded me of. They got the ridges on the forehead.
Cabbage Patch Kids came to mind. Yeah, look a little like Cabbage Patch Kids.
When the doctor shows up at the end, and he's like, "This must be what death looks like, peace, or like no fight, peace." And I'm like, "Is this the first person you've seen dead, doctor? Where did he go to med school?" Like he's alarmed at what death looks like.
Yeah, like instead of us, studying for the bar, where you're up trying to play soccer, it's like
he's a lawyer, doctor.
Wait, hold on, back up. You're saying that like he does a double take of what he looks like?
Nobody's like, oh, so this is what dead people look like.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. I mean, I think to him he was just really saying, "Oh," I think he was more
He's
surprised
waxing
that his
poetic.
face wasn't fucked up.
One of the funniest parts of this was, Junior, whatever his name was, right? He's in his grandfather's wheelchair going back and forth like a dummy. The whole
Yeah,
Because
He's
he's
what
like,
you would classify as a dictionary titled jackass, right?
I'd say dipshit.
on the spectrum, maybe.
Yeah.
yeah, spectrum.
He's
Hello, grandfather.
he seems to take after his father, but his father's like a businessman who does business. But his son seems like an athlete dude, like a big. He reminds me of a more realistic version of the brother from Most Curious Camera, Frank. Remember the brother, like, what for? That one.
Oh yeah. He breaks in
dummy.
because, like, when you break out of jail, you should go right for your relatives that they know exist.
They're staying in a random hotel room, and he breaks in because he knows they're there.
I never understood that. Like, they're hiding out in a hotel room under. I'm sure they didn't use the real name. Even if they did,
Yeah.
Back then, how you gonna find him? And he just shows up. No,
But
he breaks in. He doesn't
Yeah.
even knock.
This kid reminds me of that character, but
Yeah.
Midnight Strikes. They all have their masks. The main character chose the death mask because you're supposed to choose the antithesis, but it's the antithesis because he's alive, which is kind of the lamest thing excuse to have him have a death mask. And you're expecting a skeleton to be there, but that's why the doctor's like, oh, so this is what death looks like.
Yeah, and didn't they take the mask off of him and he looked normal, right?
Yeah, that was kind of the point. Is he didn't commit whatever. That's why I think he was a good guy. His daughter married that dipshit, and then had dipshit Junior and slut villain over here, and
That was something else that kind of bugged me a little bit. I mean, I realize this is old TV and everything, man, but it's like the help comes in the next day and the doctor, and everybody stand on the stairwell looking like fucking Dick Tracy villains, and nobody like looks at them like,
yeah,
like nobody reacts to it.
It seems like they cut in after that, like, what the fuck? Oh, hey.
And they did.
I'm assuming that's what it was. Yeah, it seems to me like there would have been a scream or reaction, or just somebody staring, like, perplexed at how weird they look or something.
They
Seemed
probably
kinda
know.
long.
They turn around, they're like, "Oh, you put on the mask, huh? Yeah, well, your shit's fucked up now."
Yeah, we know all about the masks. Shouldn't put them on, fuckers.
There was another part of this where I went, Rod, was that a good? I mean, because I think his butler was black, and back then, the whole segregation thing, like,
All of his help was black.
Yeah. But it is the South. I guess that was normal, maybe. I don't know.
Louisiana or whatever.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Nolans.
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 Do you want me to pull up when he's poning him, when he's like going like, person to person to person, telling him like, all right, I'm trying to find
You had a collection there.
What's
I
that?
have a couple written down. He tells the nephew, his son-in-law, I think the only book you've ever read was a ledger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone cut you open, they would find a cash register. And my favorite one, because it raises so many more questions I want answered, is to the nephew, to the grandson dipshit. He says, "Not the excitement you get from torturing small animals as I've seen in the past." And I was like, "What? What
yeah.
the fuck?"
Yeah, it's like
serial killer.
serial killer, exactly.
Insults are light compared to Uncle Simon. I still think he had
definitely.
the best. Yeah.
Uncle Simon is literally a insult machine.
Yeah, Uncle Simon should have taken his show out on the road. He'd have made a fortune.
Yeah,
Him and
Don
Lisa
Rickles.
should have went on the road together.
Mechanical Don Rickles.
But Uncle Simon was just like a grumpy old jerk off. This guy was just disappointed.
Yeah.
He's like, "What happened to my legacy, you fucks?"
Yeah, it's like, my entire fortune will go to you assholes, and don't worry, it will. But I'm just not. I'm scared what's going to happen.
I think the biggest thing I'd take away from it is not so much that he judges them for who they've become, but maybe part of it is that he could have done a better job at making them not those people. and that he's sad that he's leaving his entire legacy that he built to such garbage people. Like he's wishing he had more time at the end.
Could
What
be.
would have been funny is if he told them they would only get the inheritance if they wore the masks. They get the ugly faces, and then they read the will, and it's like, fuck, sorry, it's actually going to the maid.
Or they're like, well, we don't know who you guys are. We
you don't match
look
this ID.
Or they find out the inheritance is actually the masks. Like he gave all his money away to some orphans or something earlier, and they actually inherit the mask. That would be
spent
fucking
$20 million on each mask.
Yeah,
he just severely overpaid.
There's special voodoo masks.
Frank's mixing a hot track over there.
I mean, it's a good enough punishment. Though. I mean, after all that money in the world doesn't mean a thing if you have to go out looking like that at the end of the day.
I don't know. Look at some of the rich dudes.
Yeah. Look at Trump.
Frank's about to drop the face.
I mean, Trump's the antithesis of rich dudes looking. God, just saying. Too political. I don't know.
No Trump speak.
No, he can't right now. He's got oxygen in his mouth.
He's having a hard time breathing.
Yeah, a little bit. I got where he starts with the masks and he starts pretty much telling them why and everything.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Right. So here we go.
Value. They have certain properties. They're worn only during the Mardi Gras, and there's a ritual to the wearing.
Woke me up.
One tries to select a mask that is the antithesis of what the wearer is.
I'm an affable man.
Well, that's very interesting. Very interesting.
Yes,
I love the way
it is. Now, shall we select our masks? Tell me, Wilfred, how do you fancy yourself?
Well, I don't understand, Father.
Oh, come now, be candid. When you shave in the morning, what looks back at you from the mirror?
Oh, really, Father? I think we're a little old for power games.
Let me be the judge of that. Now, I want an honest self-assessment.
You're serious, aren't you?
I was never more serious.
Well, I'm an affable man. I've always been an affable man.
Oh, you're an affable man. Well, then you're friendly, you're outgoing, you're extrovertish.
I think so.
Yes, then along with this affability, you have a certain rapport with your fellow man.
Yes, indeed.
Now, the opposite of all this amiability would be this face here. Look at it.
Charming.
Wear it. Live with it a while, Wilfred. It has great subtlety, Wilfred. There's greed, avarice, cruelty. All of the character traits that you don't have.
Oh,
Okay. We're done here, right?
Yeah, that's gonna take 7 years.
Yeah. He just goes on like that, insulting the shit out of them.
I know. I love it.
What amiability means, by the way.
What?
I looked at what amiability means.
What does it mean?
The quality of having a friendly and pleasant manner.
This man does not have that.
Exactly. Antithesis.
Which
Yeah.
is
the way he said it is so fucking cool. Antithesis.
well, here's the amiability.
I've always been an affable man. I love the way he says that.
always been affable.
Yeah.
Because my accent is.
It was a monster mash, you say. Yes.
It was a graveyard smash.
It would have been funny to see this guy in a cage match with Peter O'Toole. It just would have been fucking hysterical.
Who is Peter O'Toole? I've heard that name 100 times.
The actor?
Lawrence Arabia.
Yeah.
Lawrence Arabia.
And some embarrassing movies later on.
Oh, is he that brick guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in Supergirl. Yeah, he was in Supergirl.
Yeah.
Right.
Great fucking role in that one. Squid.
He's an affable man. He's always been an
Squid.
affable man.
I've only had one chick that was able to do that. Yeah, I feel like
I believe I'm going to kick your ass.
Anyway, I gave it a 9. We all gave it a 9 except Adam
Punch
gave
you
it
in
an
the
8.
balls.
So Adam gave it an 8. We all gave it a 9. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, you've given other episodes 9s where we all were like,
You
"Wow."
didn't connect with them. Just let him go.
My scale, man. Yeah.
No. I'm not saying anything wrong with it.
It's a classic episode, but I found a couple of flaws in it. That's all.
Well,
yeah, I didn't like it. My problem was I didn't like it, and I did say that I didn't like any of the people. I didn't understand the motivation of the main guy. I thought they could have maybe fleshed that out just a little bit, but I don't find 8 out of 10 to be a bad score.
it's fine. I mean, like in 20 minutes, they weren't able to,
No. Yeah, it's bad people doing bad things to each other. Ultimately, So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What?
Okay. No, I was saying I can do that now. We need to end.
Yeah.
All right.
Wrap it up.
Next episode, if you're live, it'll be in a few seconds or a few minutes. If you're listening to the podcast, it'll be the next podcast we are discussing. I am the Night. Color Me Black. An episode of Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone somehow. But I enjoyed talking about this one because it's our last classic episode, I think, of the season, of the rest of the Twilight Zone. I don't think there's another one.
And it also does prove it's extremely hard to talk about an episode that we all like.
Not really? We discussed it?
No, I mean, but I just find it's a lot easier and funnier to, riff on something that sucks. That's all I'm saying.
It's kind of good fortune that it's there. It's a classic episode we all liked, and we're just coming back, so we were kind of like, that.
Sure. We were due for one.
Yeah. But let's hear our plugs and get the fuck out of here on the podcast.
Plug time. Jensen wishes to plug, apparently, reddragonsradio.com. Adam wishes to plug, raidersoftheLostFlix.com, and on YouTube for movie reviews and pop culture discussions. Frank wishes to get plugged in
Hampton.
And for hours and hours. Oh, and also in the Sports Car Podcast, Way Off Topic Radio Podcast. Phoenix wishes to plug, LIWstudios.com for all of our videos and podcasts from Loitering in Wonderland. Send us your Twilight Zone thoughts in writing or audio to loiteringinwonderland@gmail.com, or tweet us at LIW the TZ Review. We will read and or play them on the podcast next time. Until next time, and in the meantime, I am Phoenix West, joined by Frank Links, Adam Wilcox, and Jansen Carlin. So long, citizens. Shut off the fucking podcast now.
Happy Podcasters Day.
We got our own horn. We got our own train.
I was gonna say, like, one drives by here. I still can't find the tracks anywhere.
No, it's me. That was me. Yeah.
The Ghostbusters train.
There it is again. Yeah.
Perfect timing.
What year was it?
Joliet is such a fun place, guys.
You gotta do the Ernie
Hudson.
Oh, Ghostbusters.
Sorry, I missed it.
I gotta take a piss.
Me too. We'll be right back.
Yes, we shall return. What's up, Phoenix?
How do you turn your...
I just want to say that we're still alive when we do this, and I'll appreciate everybody that sticks around. And like I said, happy podcasting day to other podcasters out there. If you're not one, try it. Podbean, Libsyn, all that good stuff. Check out Way Off Topic Radio, Dan Lefebvre, based on a true story podcast. Join me. So go to Way Off Topic Radio. All of the streaming sites and everything is all there. Or just go to reddragonradio.com. It's there too. Check it out. It's our 4th year in a row that we do it. We do it every year. So and you might hear about another podcast that you might be interested in. So definitely check it out, guys. And we will return. Is this thing huge or what, dude? Look at this.
You should fucking sleep in it. It's fucking stupid, dude. I picture meters. It just fucking cracked me up the way you explained that. Like, the fuck am I supposed to do with this thing? Put a fucking boat under it or fucking house?
These lights out because the rest fucks with it. And
Hi.
hi, little.
Hello.
Aren't you?
Hello.
Cutie patootie.
Hello.
Hi, Cena.
Hey, Shy. Shy. Too shy.
Oh, she's so cute. Oh shit! See, that's the problem.
I'm not used to seeing Phoenix in a room with a ceiling.
All right, what the fuck's going on here?
What's it like to be in a room that's got a ceiling taller than the top of your head?
We can't hear you. You're muted, idiot.
You're muted.
I just came back. The last place was just as tall.
It seemed like the ceiling would have scraped your head had you been any taller.
No, it was same height. I don't feel like a fucking sardine right now.
Yeah.
Jansen's the other person to see the space I was in before. It was ridiculous.
It was tiny.
This room has kind of like a church steeple. It's weird.
His studio was his bedroom at the old place, and it was about probably not much bigger than the room he's in now, but it also had a queen size bed in it.
Yeah. My recording studio for our shows right here was literally on the other side of the wall from that couch where I shot my B-movie battle episode, so like 3 feet apart.
Mm-hmm.
It is so dumb. I hate that place.
It's all right. You never have to go back.
That's true. And I'm so glad. Oops, I didn't do that.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, man. Congratulations, brother.
It's a great feeling when you get your first crib, man. Seriously, I had a condo that I had a mortgage for. That was one of the best feelings of my life, for real.
Not my first crib, but hopefully
Your last.
new chapter.
Yeah.
Next time I'll just rent. I'm not going to do another mortgage. I couldn't if I wanted to.
We're renting right now. So
yeah, all my friends rent.
I mean, it's good to start a family with a house, not an apartment. You know. That's why I
the only reason I bought is because my in-laws helped us get into it. But if they didn't push us, we wouldn't have bought. We would have rented.
If it wasn't for my back and I was still at work and everything, I would definitely have bought. But yeah. I don't trust what's going on right now. So
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm renting because I'm being sued by like 13 people, so I don't want them to take it.
Yeah. You have a fucked up life, Frank.
I do too. I just don't tell you guys stuff.
Do we need to have a therapy session podcast?
I'm thinking about seriously getting some when I go back to Florida.
It's worth it.
That's what I heard.
There's nothing wrong with therapy to begin with, but I would just say that
my sister is the one that suggested it to me, and I'm like, yeah, right, because I can't get any fucking support for shit.
I think every person should have a therapist. That's just me, though. But
hey, I mean,
for right now, yeah, there's nobody to whine to in a fucking pandemic.
I've never had a therapist, but I've always had people that I.
Everybody's dealing with heavy shit, you know. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah. I've never had anybody, and suddenly I realized, oh, I need to have someone. So
It feels good when you let shit out.
Yeah.
Or just I kind of use them as like a.
People in my family don't like to let stuff go. They just like to hold it in forever. It's ridiculous.
Well, I actually go the first meeting. I need you to tell me you're being stupid about this. Let it go, or this is a legit complaint, and this is how you work on that. Like that's what I fucking need, because I don't want to be like, blah, 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 and the therapist is like, and you're just like wasting time because what you're bitching about is so dumb and forgettable that you should just move on.
Well, that's just it. Everything always you wrestle with: is this important stuff or is this just dumb stuff that I'm being selfish about? I don't know. I can't differentiate the two anymore.
Frank and I did a very long episode of the podcast about suicide prevention. It was our only serious podcast we've ever done.
It was one of our best podcasts we ever did.
Yeah, it was long and helped people, and it was weird. The only podcast I got like feedback from, really. But yeah, I mean, we're not gonna go down a weird rabbit hole right now. I'm just saying.
It even helped me.
Yeah, it was good to talk about, but
yeah,
I'd be down to do a therapy podcast with you fellas.
So, I don't know if we should do a therapy podcast.
No, I wouldn't say it needs to be a therapy podcast, but maybe it's just like 4 guys getting together to talk about their lives and like interesting things that are happening.
In a way, Jansen, doing this podcast is kind of therapy for me. Like,
no, it is.
I love it.
You know? It's my guy time. It's my let loose time.
Yeah.
You know, for sure.
Well, some people play Call of Duty. I do this. Yeah.
Jansen's the only healthy person in the show. Has a normal, healthy life.
Fuck you, Jansen.
I don't know about that, but I
hope you. You know what, Jansen? Fuck you. I hope you step on a Lego.
All right, thanks, bro. Appreciate that. All my Legos are boxed up, so go fuck yourself. Because I have my shit together, so they're all in a box. Okay.
I spent an hour before the show fixing what Jansen broke in the box that was clearly marked.
Oh.
Wait. Can we back up? What did I break?
Oh no! Shots fired across the bow.
I didn't break
shit. But here's the thing: in every move, there's 2 things that happen. You lose something and you break something. It is
It's usually a remote control too. I've lost so many remotes over the years.
I gotta say though, we lost nothing. We broke nothing.
There's only like 5 items in his collection that are like breakable that would actually mean something, and like 6 of them go into his office. So
2 of them are here.
I got to the point where the last move I did, I took every single fucking remote control I owned and put in the glove box of my car because I knew a fucking remote would get lost no matter how much I pack it. If I tape it to the fucking device, everything. I've tried every fucking thing. A remote always magically jumps out of the fucking luggage and flies away. Yeah.
What I was,
or the box or whatever.
Specifically for remotes, Apple TV, Amazon, Fire Stick. That's what I did, and it worked. So
I'm glad it worked for you because I've had terrible luck with remotes. I've moved 10 times. So
anyway, let's do the other show. Unfortunately,
why?
So, welcome to this other show. We're doing it right now. Let's play a theme song.
And I have the intro set up. So.
Okay, cool. You ready on that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna play the theme song.
Ready.
Frank, you'll like this one. If Pete was here, he'd like this one.
Who?
Shut up! I offer you a recipe. Combine 1 part small-town neighborhood with a dash of missing trophy, and what you're left with is a gumbo fit only for a madman. A gumbo served almost exclusively in the Twilight.
Hey, who the hell is that? I bet he took the trophy. Get out!
Bordering in Wonderland, the Twilight Zone review.
Logic and natural laws dictate that at this hour there should be daylight. It is a simple rule of physical science that the sun should rise at a certain moment and supersede the darkness. But at this given moment, Sheriff Charlie Koch, a deputy named Pierce, a condemned man named Jagger, and a small, inconsequential village will shortly find out that there are causes and effects that have no precedent. Such is usually the case in the Twilight Zone.
Spooky, spooky. Welcome to LIW, the Twilight Zone review, episode 198. I am Bacteria Unit Phoenix West.
I'm Brinklinks.
I'm Jansen Garland.
And I'm Admiral Cox.
On a 5-second delay. The fuck is that?
Bacteria unit?
It's from Black Leather Jackets.
There's only delay on your end.
No, all of us had a delay.
Oh, okay.
That's why Jansen was laughing.
I said it as soon as I could.
That's funny. That was weird. I thought you were doing a callback to the last episode where you didn't say anything for a while.
Admiral Cox.
He's an affable man. He's always been an affable man. And we're better off because Frank left, so let's talk about I Am the Night, Color Me Black.
Did you boot him?
I didn't boot him.
Oh, okay.
No,
I got used to you just kicking people out of your podcast randomly. I assumed that's what it was.
No, I would be the first to be laughing right now if I kicked him out of the show.
What episode? Sorry, go ahead and say your thing.
I just did. We only have a few left this show of the original show left. I mean, we got this is 526. There's only 6 episodes this season, so we got 10 left, which is crazy. So we'll finish up with season 5 here on 11/10, so November 10th. If we stick to our schedule now that we're back, we should. Oh, there's Frank.
Sorry.
Frank Blackface. Did you leave so you can change your name?
Well, I tried to change my name, but I accidentally left to do it. I immediately.
Okay.
I was going to say, you can change it during the show now.
I figured you could, but I obviously haven't.
For a long time, you couldn't. You had to leave and come back, but now they changed it.
Oh, I found it. Name. There it is. Okay.
There you go.
It's the hamburger. I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Hamburger.
So, guys, I feel like we're about to discuss an episode of Tales from the Crypt because I don't want to discuss this episode because I have so little.
I don't know if it's that bad.
It's not that bad. Okay. Well, Frank, first, I guess.
Yeah, Frank's going first because I'm paying attention.
This is one of those episodes where, I mean, Rod tried to hide it a lot during the first few seasons. This is one of those episodes where Rod was right in your face with it. I'm going to do something that is very socially, two sides of the coin. Everybody's going to fall on one side or the other.
There's another side to this coin.
Okay, how do you do something socially and not have anything to say?
You didn't realize that this episode was all about the death penalty? You didn't get that? It was dark out because they were killing people using the death penalty?
Not because of the death penalty.
That's what I thought it was
I
about.
mean, I think you could certainly take
it.
I think you could certainly take it that way, but I think this episode is more about hate and racism.
Yep.
That's literally all it's about.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all it is.
Sure. I mean, that too.
Racism is bad. In case you didn't know.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I find it interesting that you picked up on that, Frank. Like, I can see that now for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's what he was going for.
No.
I didn't think about that. So.
Yeah, but I don't think you need to really do a show about racism and how it's bad because it just should be morally inside you that it's bad.
Which is
but
why
I think
we're
during
saying
this era,
stupid.
he was towards the end of of opportunities where he could say something, right? And he took one of those final opportunities to say something that needed to be said in an era that needed to hear it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I also think he snuck the death penalty thing in there too.
I can see
because
I didn't get anything
because the death penalty, people for it, people against it. That's a political thing.
What is that, Adam?
What?
I'm getting a lot of noise.
You hear cars in the background? Like I said, I am off the interstate. So
if it's yours, it's fine. I just want to.
Yeah, no, it's me.
It's not a big deal. It's just barely here.
I'm technically outside in an outside room. Yeah.
Okay.
No, like I know for a fact that the Samsung, the mic that he has, it's like a really huge diaphragm in that thing. It'll pick up.
Yeah, it picks up everything from all directions. I can't change the way it picks up from.
Make it omnidirectional. It's a polydirectional.
All around.
Yeah, it doesn't let you switch it like that's why I switched to the what you call it in the first place, because you could turn that off and just have it pick up from one direction to the other.
Yeah, I can change.
Rip my ears. Nobody knows what you're saying now, Phoenix.
My ear holes hurt.
Yep. Okay. Good episode, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. No button for omnidirectional anywhere.
I need you to just
No,
turn it
trust me.
down.
And you can plug your ear. I mean, I the only reason I liked it and we used it when we first started doing podcasting is because we could plug our earbuds into it.
The only reason I brought this, Frank, is because I had to travel across the United States, and this thing is very fucking portable, as you can see. I can fold up the things.
I need you to fold it up and turn it down like as low as you can get it, and just hold it up next to
No,
your
that's not
face
happening.
for the rest of the
I know where you're going with that, and you'll like it.
Oh, yeah.
No, I even bought one of those musical stands, where it's got like the real like heavy bass, the round bass with a pole.
LIW presents the Mic Cast, ladies and gentlemen. The Mic Cast, the equipment review.
There it is.
Everybody knows there's a
you.
little bit of fuckery
I
that
said it,
happens
but-
at the beginning of these episodes, okay?
I sent it to Phoenix when I sent him that microphone. I sent him
He
that
looks like he's about to do a Huey Lewis impression.
Send me this. I've had this.
Power of love.
He's about to throw
it was a long time ago, buddy. It was like 2-3 years ago I sent that to you.
You just sent this to me.
Yeah, are you sure? I sent it to somebody.
I'm 100% sure.
Okay.
Tie some bandanas off that thing.
Because I know
Full
I sent you that, yeah, because I know I sent you that Samsung.
You sent me that.
Oh yeah, you got it. Nice. Phoenix is the type of guy where you send him a gift and he's like, "Oh, nice." I'm not going to call him and thank him or anything.
As he should. I would expect nothing less out of him.
I mean, if anything, I'll just mow them off. Really.
To be fair, he probably got it, and he's like, "Oh, great! One more thing I have to move."
For it.
You got no. You said I did ask for it. I'm just saying, you offered it. It wasn't.
Yeah,
I really
I'm
appreciate
just kidding
that.
with you. I'm kidding with you.
He wants a blowjob, damn it. Just
Payback.
fucking accommodate him.
Payback's a bitch.
Anyway, yeah, you liked it because some fucking reason you thought it was about capital punishment. Okay, what else about it? Did it not seem super fucking preachy and obvious to you?
It was
Yes.
extremely obvious.
Yes.
This is the most.
That's the problem. It's just pointing things and not going anywhere with it. That's my problem with it. Is it just points shit that should be fucking obvious and points it out and says these things are bad. And I don't like that kind of shit in entertainment.
I did appreciate the fact that the sheriff seemed to be the only one in the entire town that had any empathy whatsoever.
The reporter seems like he was about to have empathy and was like, fuck it. Nah, I don't care.
He's got to sell papers to the racist fucks that buy it.
He walks in and he's like, hey, sheriff and sheriff's deputy, you guys are pieces of shit. And so am I, but you guys are pieces of shit. How dare you convict this guy and we're going to kill him and blah, blah, blah. And later on, he's like, I don't care. It's like they built up all this stuff and they went nowhere with it. And what's a better episode, Frank, than this is Dust. Dust is way better.
Yeah.
Dust is about capital punishment and what if you get the wrong guy? Oxbow Incident is a great movie from the 40s with Peter Fonda. And this is a shitty Dust is a shitty version of that movie. This is a shittier version of that episode, which is a shitty version of that movie.
Dust wasn't that good.
No, Dust is fine.
I mean, I like the message and everything, and it really shows how a group of people will act when they don't understand something. They just
One of my favorite movies of all time is the To Kill a Mockingbird. I have the book, I have the movie, I have several different versions of the movie, I have the collector's edition of the movie. That movie pinpoints racism and actually has something to say and actually tells an interesting story. This can do none of that. It's just it's like reading a billboard. That's what this is.
The only
Except
thing
Harper Lee did a sequel to that and made him racist.
Yeah, I know. I don't bother with that shit. Everybody always wants to kill their fucking heroes off.
Do you own Killing Mockingbird on Laserdisc like I own Oxbow Incident?
I don't have any laser discs.
That's a movie about execution.
Jesus,
I don't have
that's
any laser discs.
That's one big laser.
I have it on DVD and I have it on Blu-ray. Yeah.
That's Jesus. I mean, Sony had the right idea. They just needed to scale that shit down.
Also CBS.
You know? They were ahead of their time.
They really were. I mean, the quality was hella good. You could, I mean, and couldn't you like record over it like 1,000 million times and never lose quality?
I don't know about that, but
I think that was a big thing of Laserdisc is like.
I think Jansen needs to go next before he gets blackout drunk and passes out on us.
No. Nobody's even finished their thought yet. I'm not going next.
I finished my thought.
Okay.
Oh,
Frank finished his thought.
Yeah,
I'll finish my thought.
I need ratings of your thoughts. Too.
Okay, Frank, rating.
I'll give it a 6.5.
7. Okay.
Whatever.
So Frank gave it a 7. I gave it a 6. I didn't hate it. 6 is middle for me.
5. I'm kidding.
To me, it was way too heavy-handed. It was Jordan Peele's The Twilight Zone, but 1964.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. This would have been perfect in the first season of Jordan Peele's show. It was that obvious. It was that ridiculous.
It feels like one of those episodes for sure.
Yeah.
If this was Jordan Peele's, we would have seen a sheriff and they would have been calling him like constable or something. It's like, Jordan, you got that wrong.
It's kind of like Replay, the episode, season 1 episode.
Even Replay is better than this, though, I would think. I think Replay was a little bit better version of this.
The first half.
Replay was probably my most hated new TZ that he made. I hated it with a passion.
Because at least for part of Replay, I was somewhat engaged. This one, it just felt like it kept trying to start, but never started.
Yeah, I'd say the first 10 minutes of Replay was good.
Yeah, Replay ends with like finger pointing, going, "You should feel bad for doing." And this felt like the same thing where they introduced the character in the jail cell who's going to get executed, and then out of nowhere they execute him, and then out of nowhere the preacher is just like, before he dies. Sorry, let me backtrack a little bit. Before he dies, he talks to the guy and he's like, "Did it feel good to kill that guy?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "I knew it. He's guilty. He's guilty." And he preaches to the crowd. He's basically saying, "You should not feel bad for killing this guy." They kill him, and then he's like, "The hate in this town." I'm like, "Motherfucker, you were just instigating that hate." No sense.
You switch gears awfully quick, you know.
That's why I hate it.
Here's the thing, though, like the time that this was set in, which was what, like late 1800s-ish, give or take.
No,
on the West,
modern time.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Never mind. Then my
Dust is 1800s.
Yeah. Okay. My point. The point that I was going to make doesn't make any sense. Then move along.
This is why I don't like it when you put current world politics in a TV show. You end up with episodes like this.
What part of them driving the guy to the gallows was 1800s for you?
What part about the revolvers on their hips?
Well, they had revolvers.
Late 1800s, they had revolvers. I mean,
they didn't have revolvers like that.
I didn't.
The radio.
What kind of revolver did he have?
They drove up in a car. Who cares what the fucking revolver?
The radio.
They drove up in a fucking car.
The Colt 45, 1960 model. What didn't come out in 1960?
I heard on the Telegraph this morning it was dark in Atlanta too.
Uh-oh, we lost Jansen. Jansen's like, fuck you.
I don't get the grace of my face anymore.
Jansen somehow got shamed while we were shaming Frank. I don't know how that happened, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's Jansen, go.
5. Didn't like it. It was stupid. It was boring. Fell asleep about 10 minutes into it because it just droned. The dialogue's crap. The message is crap. The acting's crap. And the best part of it was Gomer Pyle.
All right.
Who's Gomer Pyle in this? I've never seen Gomer.
He's the deputy.
Deputy. Yeah.
Jim Neighbors. Yeah.
You go away.
And Gomer Pyle.
Gomer Pyle's from the Andy Griffith Show.
That's
That's
why
right.
I don't know
That's
that. I
it.
never watched
Yeah.
that before.
Yeah.
Goober. I think you meant to say Goober. Goober from the Andy Griffith Show.
Yeah,
Gomer
call him-
Pyle was Jim Neighbors. Yeah.
His name is Gomer Pyle, though.
real name or the name in the TV show?
His name in the TV show.
Ah, okay. Because that would be crazy if that was his real name too.
My Adam, have you gone yet?
Jim
No,
Neighbors.
not really. I mean, kind of. I've been dipping in on everybody else's. I 5 out of 10 because I felt nothing. I feel like this episode wanted to have something to say. We get what it was trying to say, but ultimately it said nothing. It didn't illustrate anything other than here's a portrait of things that are bad. And I don't like that kind of entertainment. The way that you do something like this is you make it to where you feel something from another person's point of view, kind of like that old Twilight Zone episode where, I remember seeing it in the movie where Vic Morrow, the guy that got his head chopped off, he actually experiences being in situations of people that he's made fun of. Like he's in the Auschwitz and then he's on the train and all that kind of stuff. That made me feel something. This one didn't make me feel anything. It just tried to. It went way out of its way to illustrate the obvious, and for all that they tried to frame, trying to have something to say with this heavy-handed message, it ultimately didn't really say anything other than what we already know. It was very preachy, and I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. It didn't make me angry or anything. It was just like Jansen said, it's boring. Yeah.
I like the fact that it was dark. You know what I mean? Like something supernatural was going on, and it was all because of how they were acting. You know what I mean? And okay, fine, it being dark, a big deal. You know what I mean? But it when the sun's supposed to be up, but it ain't there. That's I don't know. It's
I mean, the message is literally racism is evil. That's all it had to say. That's it.
Well, what's wrong with
maybe
that?
I'm looking at
Nothing's
maybe I'm
wrong
looking
with that.
from the eyes of things that are constantly being thrown at us nonstop. But I'm sorry, these are things that you should already know. And if you don't already know that, then that's part of the problem.
Yeah, but and we all know in the world for some reason people are missing this freaking message. I don't know why.
People choose not to see the message. That's just it. They choose not to.
Jansen usually says what I'm about to say. So go.
No, I don't know
Go
if
for
I'm
it.
about to say what you usually say, but I think the thing that we're missing though too is that, it's kind of two parts, right? It's not what we go to the Twilight Zone for, right?
Right.
That's one thing, but for two, it actually is at the same time. We go to the Twilight Zone for these morality stories that teach us something, maybe in an interesting way. Sometimes they're just good stories. But a lot of the times there are messages within them that need to be heard. I think what triggers us in our generation and our current state of things with this story is that we see it every day. We see this story
Everywhere, all the time,
everywhere.
nonstop.
And so I think that when we get this morality story of racism is bad, don't do it type shit, it's just kind of the bells are just continuing to ring. So it turns us off to our show that we come to enjoy, to relax, to
Sure. Oh, okay. Let me ask something. If you watched this 5 years ago, would you feel the same way? Because 2020 is very different than 5 years ago. Obviously, it's more in your face about the racism crap. But 5 years ago, it wasn't.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that
Go ahead.
it's as I wouldn't feel it quite the same way, but I would still get that same sense, right? I feel like it's been a topic of conversation in our probably the last 10 to 15 years that continues to come up over and over and over again. It's like, why can't we move past this? Why can't we all just decide, hey, this is bullshit and we need to get rid of it, right? I mean, obviously
we won't do that unless we talk about it.
Oh, fair across the board. And that's kind of what brings me back to the original point, is that we do go to the Twilight Zone for these morality stories. Somebody needs to hear it. It may not be us, but somebody might. Go ahead, Phoenix.
I was going to say,
go ahead, Phoenix.
I wasn't volunteering for being the person that needs to hear that. Black people aren't to be hanged. Oh, sorry. No, Okay, I have so many thoughts right now that my brain is scrambled.
Well, can I ask a question?
Okay, yeah, introduce something else that'll confuse me.
Let him get his first thought out. Hold on.
No, go.
No, go ahead. Finish.
Go.
No.
We can go. Okay, so thanks for fucking. No, I'm kidding. So many thoughts there. What Jansen's saying is kind of what I was going for there. What I was going to say is, and this is why I feel like it's a 2019 Twilight Zone episode, Frank. You need to hear this most because you're the one saying people need to hear this. And I agree. People do need to hear this, especially when this came out in 1964 during the civil rights era. Like fucking Jim Crow laws and shit still in effect. Like people need to hear this, especially back then. My problem, though, is that why I bring up 2019 Twilight Zone is because I have to say, yes, people need to hear this. Can you tell me a fun, interesting, deep storyline with interesting characters while I get this message? This episode does none of that and just says, yeah, feel this way, think this way. That's my fucking main problem with this episode. It has, yes, I need to hear this, but Big Tall Wish did more for civil rights than this episode did.
I love that episode too.
And it has nothing to do with racism.
Nope.
But in effect of casting this same actor, a black guy, as the boxer, not even mentioning the fact that he's black, it didn't fucking matter. That did more for race relations in America than this episode, which tried to be so fucking hard about race relations.
Yeah, I mean, no, Phoenix, let me ask you something. If this episode was made in season 1, would it have been a lot different?
It would have. If it was literally this episode transplanted to season 1, no changes?
No. It would have changed because
I think it would have been less lazy. I think it would have been more heavily, because he had some episodes in season 1 that were politically motivated. Like think about episodes like later on, a couple seasons later, like 4 O'Clock. He tried to do an episode about communists and spies and the whole Red Scare.
Right. That's the one that reminded me of. The one with Fidel Castro. Is that the one that you're talking about?
No, that's the Mirror.
That one was terrible also.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
We're trying to say with that too is that there's a difference between undertones and overtones, right? This
exactly.
Yeah. Was a complete overtone. It was in your face and it had nothing to back it up. And by nothing, I mean there was no good story behind it to make us interested. And
the way I phrase that,
it was the opposite way around. We had the undertone, the message underneath, and a great story to push that message.
The way I described that with our 2019 version was story, message in the center there, where you have your story and a message in it. And 2019 Twilight Zone was message, a little bit of story there. And it's just
enough story to hang it on to call it an episode.
Story is in the middle of this message, and that they're more concerned about getting you a message instead of telling you.
That's what this feels like. It also comes off to me like Serling telling people like, these are my beliefs, and if you don't feel like this, then I'm better than you because I believe in this, and you should believe in this because you are a bad person if you don't. I mean, those kind of messages to me,
Here's how I know it doesn't work. I agree with that. I agree with that message. But it doesn't work as a sci-fi story on a sci-fi show.
No.
It doesn't work as a story because there's not enough story. I don't know what the fuck happened to this character. Can we talk about that a little bit here?
There you go.
The guy,
no backstory at all.
The guy on death row killed.
The whole show is about this character that we know nothing about.
He killed
nothing other than his skin color. Yeah.
He killed a racist guy. He killed a racist guy. So he kept saying the guy he killed was innocent himself. He shot him in the head, I guess, because he was being racist. But then the character has no remorse or anything later. So this is why I said the message gets muddled, because he killed a guy, feels nothing about it. He talks to the preacher at the end. The preacher's like, did you feel great when you did it? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, he felt great about killing a racist dude who's about to kill a couple black people. Great. I'm on board with that. But instead the preacher goes, he's guilty. Kill the guy. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? None of it made any sense or stuck with any through line. And it just got so muddled by the end. He's like, our hate is what's making it dark here. You get it? And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? None of it made any sense.
And by the way, it's dark in a couple of other states too. And I'm like,
Dallas, because Kennedy.
Yeah,
Chicago.
yeah. That's why it was so. It was like you said, too on the nose. Actually, no entertainment value. Doesn't get you to see things from a different point of view. You know, I don't. You know,
Are you okay, Frank?
it's too straightforward.
Huh?
Are you getting entered by a demon right now?
No, I was reading.
No, you were not. You were
No.
staring straight ahead like Stevie Wonder.
Oh, wait, I'm baiting.
I have a headache. I'm sorry. Like I need new glasses. You know, that's all. My I don't want to get into it. Trust me. But yeah, I was just kind of like going like this because I'm fine.
Okay. So I can't imagine what Zach had to say about this. Do you want me to read it?
No, I got it. It's just one paragraph at the end. And
last time.
Okay, so in quote, I am the night dash color me black, comma unquote. Pretentious writing overwhelms fine acting. In its intent, the script was meant to rank with The Monsters Are Due on Maple Street. Failed on that one, I think. But it is done by its own pomposity. Ooh, nice word. An example is when the preacher tells the crowd gathered around the gallows that the man is guilty. Sneering, the prisoner says, "It's important to get with the majority." That's a big thing nowadays, isn't it, Reverend? Question mark. Quote. Slowly, with great meaning, the clergyman replies, "That's all there is the majority. The minority must have died on the cross 2,000 years ago." Unquote.
All right.
Did I do a good job?
Yeah, good job. 4th grade. Yeah, it's good. So
yeah,
Your reading is getting much better.
Do you like the quotes unquotes?
That was good.
So
what you just mentioned there at the very end, I kind of forgot about though. Jesus, what did he say there? Because the preacher at the end, or the priest, or where the fuck he is like, he's in it. He's guilty. Let's go ahead and hang him. And then he's just like, "You people make me sick." Like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? It's like, the reason there's so much hate. It's so much hate. It's making the sky dark, and the light must have died 2,000 years ago. And I was like, what? Why? I'm so confused and befuddled as what the fuck is happening. What I'm supposed to be feeling about what I'm watching, because it doesn't make any sense.
Would you like me to play it? I got it right now.
If you have just the very end, I don't want to hear a whole bunch because he goes on forever.
Yeah, I just noticed he kept on going.
His performance is great. I like his performance. He's fine. But
yeah, performances are fine.
Made no sense.
And now it's coming up all around us and choking us. So much hate, so much miserable hate.
Look what's happening. It's getting even darker now. I can't hardly see anything now.
Jansen's getting dark.
So that must have been directed by Midnight Medford.
Did you notice after right when they go back to the police precinct, it plays the sting from Shadowplay?
I picked up on it right away.
Oh yeah, it is very obvious.
Bling, bling.
Yeah. I was like, oh, don't bring up that episode.
No,
It's our favorite episode. Jansen, you'll watch it eventually.
Yep. Yep.
All three of these guys in this episode, all three of the main characters suck at their jobs.
Everybody sucks at their jobs. I mean, the Hangman did a good job. You know, he didn't not die.
Yeah.
So he's Gomer Pyle on Gomer Pyle the show, but he's Goober Pyle on Andy Griffith's show.
No.
Here we go with this.
I looked it up.
No.
I looked it up.
Yeah, that's fine. The Goober Pyle thing never made it to the Andy Griffith show. I don't know why that's even on there.
Okay. Now I know I would.
The Gomer Pyle show didn't last long.
I might have been wrong
There's a
about
good reason for that. It's not a good show.
There's one thing I wanted to ask you guys, and I know, okay, maybe I was wrong. I think with what's the matter, Jansen? What were you pointing at Jansen for?
I'm not.
He was pointing at you.
I just work here.
You. Yeah, I get used to that. Okay. Anyway, the point is, it was getting dark, and I thought it had something to do with the death penalty. Okay, because racism just goes over my freaking head. I'm just not really used to. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not racist, I guess you just don't catch
You have
on.
no problem with racism. I get it.
Yes, I'm a very pro-race person.
We know Adam doesn't care. He wears shirts about it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I wear.
I knew you were going to go there. I was waiting for it to come out of Jansen first. Jansen, I applaud you. You didn't do it first.
That's why Adam hates this episode.
I mean, I am
trying
to get this belief.
My question is, what do you guys feel about the death penalty? Do you think
this episode's not about the death penalty? It's irrelevant. It's an irrelevant fucking question.
I just said I was wrong about this episode, even though.
Well, why are we talking about it?
Because he wants to know. Jesus.
Because it's
Frank wants
still
to book this episode.
It is.
Why don't you ask me how I feel about fucking abortion too while you're at it? Jesus,
You don't have
Adam.
You can excuse yourself.
How do you feel about abortion, Adam?
Okay.
You cool with it?
Yeah, let's kill some babies, man.
Let's
kill some babies.
I will say one
when you
sentence.
abort them,
I will say like one sentence about the death penalty, and then I don't care. I wrote a paper on it back when I was in high school.
Really?
No, on the death penalty. I researched
why
pros and cons of it and everything.
I'm all for
It's something
executing
I was
babies.
interested in.
Okay.
I just had a random interest in it, and it was part of a research paper. So I will say this. I think that the death penalty is a waste of money. I think it's a waste of people's time and effort. If you want to make somebody pay, put them in jail for the rest of their lives. Doesn't matter what it costs for that part. It's going to cost you millions of dollars to run a death penalty trial. And at the end of the day, somebody just gets killed. What's the point of that? Why put that on somebody else's conscience and somebody else's soul for killing somebody? Stupid.
Yeah, I mean, the Green Mile totally changed my outlook on it. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I think Tom Hanks and all those guys, they suffered more than Candy. So here it is. But I was just wondering. I was curious because the death penalty is hanging. It's a death penalty. That's why it was in there. Like, that's why I brought it up. That's the only reason why I brought it up, because hanging someone is killing them because they did something wrong. It's the death penalty to me.
2 lefts don't make a right.
Exactly.
But 3 do.
That's true. Well, I don't know. Listen to Way Off Topic Radio. 14 lefts don't make a right. So,
is that right?
I mean, Adam did a Way Off Topic Radio.
Would be left. If it was 15, it would be 16, it would be a right.
Adam, do we ever make?
How about we shut the fuck up and move on?
What the fuck are we even talking about? I am so fucking lost right now.
We're talking about how many lefts equal a right.
That's why I put Frank on pause there.
Christ.
Let's move on.
What'd you pause me for?
Shut the fuck up, Frank. I forgot something last episode.
Oh.
I forgot our filthy Twilight Zone.
You forgot what?
I forgot our filthy Twilight Zone.
Oh, play them both. That's good content.
I know. I forgot.
Sorry,
They've been on Twitter for a month now.
Let's cut to Dirty Twilight Zone for sure.
I have put up with your inept administration.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna share screen. I'm gonna go here. Okay.
Nice.
So the masks. This is not for the current episode, so keep that in mind. But here we go. Here's the masks.
I have put up with your inept ministrations all these years because your is a refreshing departure from the modern medical norm. Look at my dear. Of a self-centered coward, a gutless. Oh, but Paula, look at that beauty. That insolent hauteur. That skin-deep. It has none of your heart, none of your selflessness. You all came here for one purpose, to watch me and cry bon voyage. So my closed eyes and with your free hands start grabbing things from my
Oh, that's cruel.
That's truth. You came to everything I've sown.
I'm gonna take it off. I don't care.
Stop it, you.
I had to do one visual joke.
Nice.
I bowed.
Nice addition.
That was a great dude.
Nice visual gag.
Bravo. And it brought Adam back. Nice.
Yeah. So here is I Am the Night.
Charlie?
Back to sleep. It's early. And court justice being served, deluxe style. Deputy, why don't you shut your... You tell that to the man who's going to fix my... You tell it to the sheriff out there and his deputy. You tell it to the townspeople who are going to stand around and watch my bulge out and enjoy my agony. You tell them. I promise you, I will you all. Believe me. I'll and dance. Oh, you'll get your money's worth. Believe me. Well, you know what's going to happen? Believe me, you know what's going to happen? This is going to live. It'll all of a sudden just plain live. Well, it's just all it is. No more than and it'll live.
Oh no.
Oh god, it's so good.
I made that right when that song came out.
Oh man, it's been a while.
I've been sitting on it for a month now.
Bravo on the radio.
Oh, how could you hold that back? How could you hold that back?
I did it. I put it on Twitter that day. But, we were on hiatus.
I should have watched it.
So that's Filthy Twilight Zone. That's the new bit.
Good job, man.
Yeah, thank you. That was a fun one to do.
I was crying at the one when he's yelling, "You all gonna beep?"
Don't worry, I'll beep you all.
Yeah,
that's a great one. Shit. Anyway, it makes the episode way more entertaining that way.
Yeah.
It definitely brought it back from the.
This episode was a real bummer, man. I just wanted it to go anywhere, and it just felt like it did nothing. And I'm like, oh, that's all it was, huh? All right.
My favorite part was the egg argument in the beginning. That was it because I knew what the fuck they were talking about. When
the dialogue, they had a bit to go with, and they just ran on it. Yeah.
I mean, I got Sterling to take us out if you'd like.
No, let's talk about the torturing small animals joke in this episode as well.
Oh, right on. I have a lot to say about that.
Are you an advocate for torturing small animals?
Which small animals are we talking about? The cute ones or the ugly ones?
That is a matter of perspective. So go ahead and share your awful views.
If they're ugly, fuck them.
I mean, I got so many jokes for that statement there, but I'm not going to say any of them.
I was thinking like closing the bar. And that was my first thought.
Is it Carlin's bit about I never fucked a 10, but I did fuck 5 2s?
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, don't let your wife hear you say that phrase. If they're ugly, go fuck them.
Obviously, I don't hate the joke. Yeah, it doesn't matter what they look like, just fuck them. I'm the top of the food chain. It doesn't matter. I'll step on you if I want.
Good shit.
I'm not swerving anymore. I'm running your ass over.
Frank, certified freak.
Dude, I am a rebel with no cause.
I'll spread you all over this yard. Is what the sheriff yelled at his deputy.
Which is like, what do you mean? Like with a wood chipper?
I don't want to know what he means. I do not want to know what he means by that. That concerns me. Am I the person that thought when they hung the dude? I didn't notice the first time I watched it that was him hanging. I thought they were practicing because he walks up and they cut to the audience watching, who's just like, this town is super, super into hanging people. But he walks up and there's like, dude. I was like, are they practicing? And they're
the hanging at the occurrence at Owl Creek was more convincing than this one.
Yeah, definitely. Well, then again, it was done with passion. This one wasn't.
Yeah.
But the best hanging ever, Dark on Netflix. Wow, the opening scene, season 1, episode 1. That's the most convincing hanging I've ever seen.
It's one of the first scenes in that.
Yeah, it is the first scene. Like it's literally the first scene.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, Jesus Christ, what am I getting into? I mean, if that doesn't draw you into, what is this show about? I don't know what will. It was really great. Season 3 was amazing, by the way. It's just nice to watch a show that they don't cancel, and you get to enjoy it from beginning to end, and like actually have some conclusion to it.
Ain't a lot of that nowadays. It seems like everything gets canceled like right after it gets launched.
You're absolutely right, Adam. That's why I'm so hesitant to watch something new, because it's like V fucked me up. The new V fucked me up because I was so into that, and then they just
that was great. I fucking loved it. Yeah, I loved where they were going with it, and then all of a sudden. Yeah.
The Returned was my version of that.
Is it me or you guys?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. So it must be you.
Yeah, I have no idea what's happening right now.
Anyway,
The Returned was a good show.
Everybody just kind of froze. Did you hear me say about the V thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was agreeing with you. I liked the new series, and then it just stopped. No conclusion, nothing. I liked the direction it was going in. It looked like it had a little bit of a production value, and it stopped.
Yeah, I mean, they put so much money in the production value.
I'm really hoping this show will visit some of those shows so that we can talk about them in podcast form. I'm looking forward to that.
But the main chick in V with the blonde hair, she was in another show that's on Amazon Prime, and I watched the first season just because I started it and I had to plow myself through. It was terrible. Oh God, was it bad?
Really like plowing stuff on it.
Yeah, I even forgot the name of it. No, moving on. So, yeah. Do you want me to play Sterling, or was there anything else that you got?
No, fuck it. I changed my rating to a 5. The more I think about it, I was debating it before, but I'm not a guy that often gets swayed by our discussion. But the more we talk about it, it's fucking dumb, and it's such a good idea in a way.
They could have done something with it. Absolutely,
nothing was followed through at all.
Let me rephrase. It's not the subject that bothers me. It's the execution. Oh yeah, the execute. I see what. Yeah, I didn't even intend to do that. And I did that. Yeah.
Boom, boom. Good one, Adam. I like it.
I didn't even intend to do that. It just slipped out.
You're that funny. I mean, when you're that funny, you don't even have to try. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know. Yeah.
Well, while we're short, because we're not that far into this episode, let me just discuss this, and then we'll end it here. We are going to finish up, obviously, season 5 of Twilight Zone, and then we're going to move on after that to kind of a bingo ball version.
More pain.
It's gonna pain, but it's gonna be narrow pain because it's gonna be 80s.
Tales from the Crypt, dude. Okay,
we're moving off of Tales from the Crypt. That's the takeaway. Yeah,
we'll talk about that tomorrow. That'll be tomorrow's discussion. But
are we at least going to finish the movies?
What movies?
Never mind.
We'll talk about that later. But Twilight Zone, this show is going to continue. We're going to finish up season 5, and then we're going to go into some movies for a little bit. I don't know how it's going to work yet. We'll talk about it later. But to do a bingo ball thing, as you see you can't. Bingo ball, where is it? There it is. It's right there. It's warmed up. 80s Twilight Zone, 2002 Twilight Zone.
I'd just like to make it known we tried to get rid of that thing while we were moving him. Just so
you did. Yes.
Oh, what, you tried to throw it away?
Oops. It just rolled down the street. I'm sorry.
I can just go buy another one at Walmart. 12 bucks.
I have the 1980 Blu-ray. Thank you, Phoenix.
Of what?
The Twilight Zone, 1980.
1980?
The
80. Okay.
Yeah. The next.
What came out in 1980?
No, the next Twilight Zone iteration.
Like the whole thing, or just some?
The box set that you sent me.
Oh, Blu-ray. No, they're DVDs.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah,
Use
they don't
Blu-ray.
have my crystal clear Blu-rays yet.
Oh, that's a shame.
It'd be a waste of money.
Because the three of us have them. Because I gave Jansen a hard drive with them. But Adam, we'll figure that out. I'll do something. We'll come up with something. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And some of the episodes are gonna be really short. Not doing episode like episode 1 because it's 2 or 3 episodes, 2 or 3 stories. So we're gonna do the stories, not the episode. If that makes sense.
What?
Does that make sense? So
No.
let's just say the first episode is 2 or 3 stories.
Oh, right. Okay.
The episode we're gonna do the story, so it might be like the 3rd story in the episode. So
are you talking about Night Gallery?
No, Twilight Zone and Night Gallery.
Okay.
Jansen, what, motherfucker?
Just a quick question. If we get to that bridge and we look at it and we're like, man, this bridge looks shitty and we'll probably fucking die if we try to walk across it. Can we burn that bridge instead of walking across it, or do we have to go across it?
No, you burn the bridge while you're
do you
standing
have to
on
be
it.
on the show? And that's no.
Just fucking
Jansen, could you show us where on the doll that Tales from the Crypt hurt you?
No, we're not talking about Tales from the Crypt.
Fucking everywhere.
Guys, I don't want to hear about
where on the stall did it hurt the most? Where on the stall did it hurt the most, Jansen?
the anatomically correct doll that he's showing right now.
Yeah, it's just a giant dick. Probably from stem to stern. You know, the whole thing.
His fleshlight cover.
Where on your Tom Cruise from?
Wait, what?
What was that movie? The Tom
Cruise?
4th of July.
Born on the 4th of July.
4th of July. Where on the Tom Cruise Born on the 4th of July dummy did it hurt you?
Fucking everywhere, dude.
Just point. Was it the star? Was it the aviators?
It was sub.
If you lifted up that star,
Jansen,
there's
it wasn't your fault.
I know.
It wasn't your fault, son. It wasn't your fault.
I know.
Oh my God! Oh,
oh God, that's hideous.
Broke my nose.
On your almost racist.
Oh.
It looks like Jansen. You should put a gray hat on it. Looks like Jansen.
It's made to look like me. How did you break my nose, dude?
He broke his nose.
We moved.
Oh.
Aha! There's the broken.
My hat's broken. It's not broken. It's just
all over again.
Well, what did you lose, or you don't know yet? By the way, this is 1 out of 1,176. You know who? Oh, that is a spot on you, man.
Except it's brown and it's black.
I was gonna say, did you ever dye your goatee blonde? Because that's kind of weird.
No, he'll be gray eventually. You know, give him 2 years.
This is
already there.
Gray.
Look at this, man. Look how bad. In like a month, it's got just totally gray. Ugh.
Yeah, moving will do that to you.
It sure will. Well, yeah. And plus, you got to be a dad, man. It really does.
Oh, I have to do this.
Man, my beard looks real red today.
Oh, do you want to do?
Oh, you do have hair. See, I thought you were bald.
Who?
Him.
What?
Oh,
Jansen shaved his head.
Oh, Jansen is really bald. Wow.
I just feel like combing my hair today.
I'm not actually bald. I just shaved my head.
Oh, okay. But I mean, like Adam, like I've never seen Adam without a hat, so I just assumed he was really bald. You got a great head of hair, man. You should flaunt that shit.
I have a lot of gray hair. That's why.
I don't see any gray in that, dude. You should put some
Just
gel
me
in that,
there.
slick that back, go to a club,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm not
shake
putting
your
gel in my
time,
hair, motherfucker.
and then bring a chick home and say, "Be quiet, my beard."
Hey, listen, it's not about gel anymore. It's all about pomade.
Hell yeah, I hate it. It feels so.
Brother Art now.
Yeah, but your hair doesn't get all crunchy and shit.
Yeah, I know,
My
but I
girl's
like the crunch.
cornrows.
I like the crunch.
Cornrows. Please do that. Please do cornrows for next week.
Oh God.
God.
I got a haircut.
Some big old dreadlocks.
Your head looks like you permanently wear a hat, Frank.
What's that?
Your hair looks like you permanently wear a hat.
I do.
He's got hockey hair.
Yeah, I always have a hat on now. I feel like I'm naked without one.
So you always have a hat on, but you give me shit about wearing a hat all the time. What kind of fucked up double standards is that?
I see myself without a hat. I never see you. That's all. I mean, I know I have hair. Rock Hudson. Frankenheimer. There it is. Couldn't go without a show. There it is.
At least he didn't say it this time. Yeah.
Last episode, he didn't say John Frankenheimer
You did
one
not
time.
mention John Frankenheimer in the last episode. Yeah, that's
I had it in the
new-
background the whole time, waiting, but it's hard to
You were thinking about it, yeah.
Love that
We were
movie.
trying not to draw attention to it.
Love that movie. That was a great movie.
I've got to ask Matala, but I'm pretty sure when Phoenix sleeps, his snores sound like John Frankenheimer.
I make her
When
call
he's taking
me.
a bath with his rubber ducky, he's singing John Frankenheimer, Jingleheimer Smith. His name is
He loves me too. When Phoenix is having relations with himself, he calls his hands John Frankenheimer.
I try not to say your name when I'm masturbating.
Why? I say yours all the time.
Yeah, I don't.
No,
share
his dick is named Johnson, and this is Frankenheimer.
He's John Heimer when my dick's out. I'm not saying Frank. It's not happening.
That's
funny.
Okay, plugs. Let's get out of here, right?
No, Sterling.
Okay, Sterling. Let me just say while you're queuing that up, we changed LIW Tales from the Crypt Review on Twitter, so it's now LIW Anthology Pod. Got it. Got it good.
Okay, so and then LIW the Twilight the TZ review is just back to the TZ review then, right?
I never touched that.
Shut the fuck up, Frank.
TZ review has nothing to do with this. Just the only thing I changed was LIW Anthology Pod.
Gotcha. Cool.
Because I'm so done with Tales from the Crypt every single week.
Fuck Tales from the Crypt.
Fucking
Fuck
show
that
sucks.
show.
I thought it was great. It's fucking terrible, and I completely agree with you guys. And we're on. But let's play the clip, Frank.
Okay.
We're both wearing hats of terrible teams.
Not a virus, not a microbe, not a germ, but a sickness nonetheless. Highly contagious, deadly in its effects. Don't look for it in the Twilight Zone.
Or anywhere.
Look for it in the mirror. Look for it before the light goes out altogether.
And now, Mr. Serling.
Next time out, we bring you a few decibels of sound in a bizarre opus about a man who breaks eardrums for a living. We welcome to the program two fine talents, Mr. John MacGyver and Miss Penny Singleton, who will prove the following point, namely that too much of a good thing can have nightmarish results, and that all things are not necessarily as they meet the eye or the ear. On the Twilight Zone next, Sounds and Silences.
So next time on the podcast, or it'll be broken up, but on the live show, Sounds and Silences and Caesar and me. Can't wait to discuss this.
Are we gonna play the Sounds of Silence as our opening intro?
Hello, darkness, my
Silence.
old friend.
It's just the sound.
I can play them on the guitar. I can play it for you if you like.
Oh, please don't. So you're gonna put up your guitars behind you?
No, they're in the other room. I have a whole music room.
I'm not used to seeing you without a guitar. That's what's been throwing me off this entire time. Like I was thinking, like Frank's room looks great. Looks like an office because it doesn't have the guitars.
Is this just gonna solely be studio office space?
No, this is solely a podcasting room.
I mean, like just solely podcasting.
Yeah,
Are you going to put sound panels in there?
No, I'm going to have a green screen behind me.
Cool.
When I get, because I got to replace the.
Thinking about getting sound panels for myself because I get a lot of echo with my new desk.
Yeah, but down here, like the floor, it's weird because it's like I'm walking on a trampoline because it's got foam like this goddamn thick underneath all the carpet. And I asked why, and he's like, "Well, because in the winter it gets really cold, and then the floor doesn't get cold if it's like that. But in the meantime, it's like you're like boing, 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 boing. It's almost like walking
like a child's playroom."
That's exactly what I did because when he lived here, like there was kids here, and the kids would play down here, so it wouldn't be so cold. But it's cool. I mean, and there is a like a long strip of it that I was going to cut up into squares and kind of. But it's actually pretty soundproof in here already, and I have more to bring in. So, I mean, do you hear any echoes or anything? It sounds pretty good, right?
You sound
Sounds
great.
good.
Yeah.
So,
I don't hear the freeway like I usually do at your old place.
I don't live on Main Street anymore. I live in the
No more thump 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 thump.
Yeah,
Thump, thump, thump. Yeah.
or some asshole that turns the corner and has to hit fourth gear by the time he reaches my driveway.
Yeah.
With his shitty fucking Mustang every damn night.
Guys, let's get out of here.
It's beautiful here. I have a whole family of blue jays living in my back in the tree in my backyard. My backyard is like a half acre. It's awesome.
People from Toronto?
Yeah.
Weird.
They're adorable, Canadians are awesome.
Start playing.
Plug time. Jensen wishes to plug, apparently, reddragonsradio.com. Adam wishes to plug, raidersofthelostflix.com and on YouTube for movie reviews and pop culture discussions. Frank wishes to get plugged in
Hampton.
and for hours and hours. Oh, and also in the Sports Car Podcast, Way Off Topic Radio Podcast. Phoenix wishes to plug LIWstudios.com for all of our videos and podcasts from Loitering in Wonderland. Send us your Twilight Zone thoughts in writing or audio to loiteringinwonderland@gmail.com or tweet us at LIW the TZ Review. We will read and or play them on the podcast next time. Until next time, and in the meantime, I am Phoenix West, joined by Frank Links, Adam Wilcox, and Jansen Carlin. So long, citizens. Shut off the fucking podcast now.
Shut up, Frank. Nobody cares about planes, World War II, submarines, animals, boats, or whatever else you're rambling on about.
You're holding up that thing. I figured that was included. You weren't speaking, but I felt like it was.
Didn't say a word.
Phoenix West is a tremendous cock that should choke on itself.
Ah!
So long, citizens.
Bye.